tag out?
There is a bit of a freebird rule going with my team.
A freebird rule.
I'm actually, there's 6 people.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're off. All teams opening up their boxes. Different setup this year. We have 3 separate tables. If you remember last year, we had a little slab of wood in between one of the tables that kind of...
We had 2 rings together.
Yeah.
Like war games.
War games.
Some war games action.
Now we've got World War III going on.
We've got a 3-way dance here at the Zelda Dungeon Marathon.
Okay.
So the rules of the contest. Each team is completing a puzzle, a physical puzzle. They're all completing the same puzzle.
Is there more than any kind of puzzle besides a physical one?
There's the
a mental puzzle.
The ethereal puzzle, which we haven't seen yet at the Zelda Dungeon Marathon. Maybe next year.
This is a jigsaw puzzle.
And a jigsaw puzzle
in particular.
So we've got some people in chat asking why some people have chairs.
Yeah, different styles. Operation Righteous Thunder is more of a sit-down team.
Yeah.
Well, Jason,
whereas the Moblin Club from Canada, hailing from Canada, likes to stand in most of their matches.
That's how they put together puzzles in
if you
Canada.
notice,
in Canada?
the Moblin Club has the box face up so they can all look at it, whereas Operation Righteous Thunder
and
has it
Majushyn
flat.
That's
Majushyn
right.
has it flat, but I see the nobody's looking at it.
Yeah, so if you take a look at Operation Righteous Thunder, you see there's actually two puzzle boxes on there.
It's the bottom
there
and
is.
the top.
Yeah,
Look at
so
that.
you can see both
Okay.
divvying up the boxes.
They also
So you
got
have the
booklet.
ringleader, Sean, directing traffic for his team.
Tell me about this Sean, Kevin. I have never heard of him before. He's a newcomer here at Zelda
Sean's
Dungeon this year.
Sean's a newcomer at Zelda Dungeon, but he's competed worldwide in puzzle contests.
Would you say that he's an indie darling?
I wouldn't say he's an indie darling, but he has quite the resume overseas. Sean's competed all over the world in Japan,
Can you hear us?
in
Japanese
they can.
death
Can you
puzzle
hear us?
matches.
Locke, can they hear us?
They can hear you.
We've been talking to ourselves the whole time.
Press G in chat if you can hear us.
Yeah, that's a good.
No, I
way
meant
to test
the guys in the back.
Oh no, they can't.
okay.
That's great. They'd heckle the heck out of them. Put the heck in heckle.
We got G's. We're good.
Yep.
Yeah, we're
there's the
G's.
Gs.
We're all G'd up.
Thank you for the G's.
We appreciate the G's.
Okay, so
So early puzzle divvying here, Jason. What do you see with the Moblin Club in the top right corner?
Well, typical to the Moblin Club, it just looks like they're getting everything organized. They're sorting it by color to a degree. It looks like Andy's taking the lead, kind of leading his team to the direction he wants to go. Last year, he did phenomenally well as far as directing traffic with the team.
That's right, a repeat member of Zelda Dungeon Puzzle Arena.
I just want to say Team Majushyn is looking very strong this year. We have, well, I don't know if they're looking very strong. They have the Crooked Commissioner on the team.
I was going to say, I don't know if I trust Moss.
What place did he finish this year in the Minish Cap?
Dead last.
I
Dead
believe
last.
it was dead last.
last.
Dead last. That's awful. I mean, and then
Sounds
they
like
got-
a little bit of dead weight for a team for the namesake of. Oh well, he's got the MA in Majushyn.
And the J stands for Josh, right?
Yeah.
Josh has been very quiet this term. He's been kind of keeping to himself. What did you say?
Don't trust the commissioner. is
Never
what
trust
chat's
him.
saying.
That's the real trick.
Josh, you can't tell where his mind is, where his cheese is being grinded this year. You might say his team needs him to be a monster.
A little bit of action on the Moblin Club. Looked like a puzzle box fell down. Don't quite know what that means.
Yeah.
It's in the corner
Here's
too.
Pateri trying to get a better focus on the puzzle box.
He's got to make a 90-degree turn now to see that puzzle box.
I think the sleeper hit for this year is going to be Ashton. Looks like there's a lot of pieces being assembled on her side.
Look at the intensity on Ashton's face too. She's
Am I
on her
seeing
feet.
this? Does Moblin Club have the other half of the box in the far right corner there?
That's right. Yeah,
Got
we do.
two boxes.
We're doing a
Two-box
double,
strategy.
double boxer
yeah.
here.
It looks like maybe Majushyn's the only one that may not have the two-box strategy going.
Unless we have that box off camera.
Yeah, it's possible.
Hard to tell.
Well, this Moblin Club is looking pretty interesting. We've got Heel Spiteri from northern Mexico, right?
From northern Mexico, yeah.
He's
The
from,
far north.
Far to the north
camera
where
could be higher.
the moose roam free.
He's from Calgary, isn't he?
That's
Yeah.
right,
I
yeah.
saw him. I heard him blasting some Celine Dion and Justin Bieber earlier today. He's ready. He's really prepared.
He's getting himself in the
Should
zone.
have heard him putting down Shawn
backstage.
Michaels, so clearly he's Canadian.
Oh, definitely.
That's right.
He's been hanging out of the Heart Dungeon all week.
I will point out one thing on Team Majushyn. Looks like we got a sevener 7 corner piece.
Yeah.
With that yeller corner.
Oh,
Definitely see that.
I see a couple of like interchangeable pieces.
Yeah, big difference between the strategy of Majushyn, who are going for the corners. It looks like Judy and Josh, the double J&J security of the team, are divvying some of the pieces up and passing them off to the filters of Moss and Ashton.
But now there's a lot of dirt on the Moblin Club's knees because Josh and Katie are both ditching
Andy
the chairs.
and Katie, yeah. Let's see some
Andy taking a
mid-game
knee.
analysis.
Yep.
Right? What does this mean for the Moblin Club, Jason? I mean, do you want to be observing the box this early on, or should you have this picture painted at this point?
You know, I think it's a little too early to have it memorized just yet. They did have... did anybody have a chance to actually look it over during the week?
No, so this is a surprise bout.
Okay.
No competitors.
I got a sneak peek when I was here.
No competitors have had eyes on the box.
Gotcha.
You had a sneak peek backstage.
I
Very
certainly
exclusive
did,
story from Jason.
A lot of vibrant colors in this puzzle.
Now, in terms of the wild card this year, in Operation Righteous Thunder, we've got Kayla on the team. Gooey, tell us, what has Kayla done to prepare for this race?
Been poring over years and years of puzzle history and theory, going all the way back to the ancients and the puzzle designs.
The ancient stone tablets.
Yeah, reviewing the
that's a
ancient stone
deep Zelda
tablets.
cut for sure.
Our 7 is turned into an F, and Moss has the box in his hand.
Oh, man. They're painting the field with that F. That's intimidation factor right there,
Moss?
too.
Is he sending a message to the other two teams?
He's telling everyone,
F off.
watch the F off. Watch the F off.
No.
Watch the F on that
he said,
table.
get the F out.
Yeah, there you
Just
go.
like the old campaign.
Exactly.
I think the true puzzle wizard might surprise people is Rachel over on Operation Righteous Thunder.
Oh, yeah, Rachel a little bit off screen. Looks like
I just see
a lot
two
of
beer hands.
PPM, puzzles per minute. Dishing some pieces
PPM.
around.
Definitely going to have to track the PPMs as we go.
Yeah. We're seeing another chair get introduced. Andrew directing a little bit of backstage traffic, dishing some chairs out to the other team members.
Ooh.
Looks like some fatigue is starting to settle in. We're only
it's early.
7 minutes and 20 seconds in. You think these teams are a little gassed, Slick Vic? Maybe sucking for air?
We have some activity happening backstage here. It appears that Andrew has left Moblin Club to grab some chairs. In fact, he's got a rolling chair, so now he doesn't even have to get up and adjust.
Yeah, that
He can
rolling
just-
chair
What a
is definitely
team
going to give
player.
him an advantage.
We see Allison taking that rolling chair. We'll see how this builds for the long run. Heel Spiteri opting for no chair. Typical Canadian style, mixing it up a little bit different than the rest of these competitors. Looks like Andrew's dumping some puzzle pieces there too. Perhaps some color-matched pieces
They
that
want to
he's
hear.
sorted.
They're asking, can we hear about the table material strategy? Is this not a TLC match?
They're all steel.
There are tables and chairs involved.
Yeah, or there might be a ladder kicking around, but you never
They're
know what
asking
could
why
happen here.
Gooey's
The
not in
Zelda
the fight
Dungeon
yet.
Marathon.
There's got to be a stepladder. I mean, Moss is involved as a stepladder somewhere, right?
That's a great question. Gooey, why are you not in this? Why did you not start this off?
Well, we're limiting it to 4 per team,
Mm-hmm.
and so I opted to sit out for now. So I'm just kind of taking it all in.
Gotcha.
Kinda-
So it actually gives you a little bit of advantage because you get to see what the other two teams are doing here.
Yeah, and I'm
That's
kind of scoping out because a lot of my team are people I haven't met until this year, so I'm vibing on
Fresh
what their
team this year,
strengths and weaknesses
fair.
are.
Gotcha,
you know?
gotcha.
So a lot of new blood in the Goo World Order.
Seeing how I can contribute once I step in.
WCW 2001. But Gooey, I gotta profess, I think you have some biasm here towards Operation Thunder Righteous Kill.
Well, of course, not only because Kayla's on this team, but I am on that team.
I mean, it is his team, so he should be biased. Yeah.
I'm trying to hold off too because the way it fell was that our team ended up with 6, and other teams have 4.
Okay.
I
A
think.
bit of a
There's no other team with
handicap
5,
match
right?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
this F on Team Majushyn is we almost got a full Zelda in the corner here.
full
We
Zelda.
do.
You
Yeah.
You can't spell Zelda with an F, though.
You can't spell Zelda with an F, but they're trying their best. Felda.
Okay. I mean, this is even
Legend of
Phantom
Zelda.
Hourglass. They need a PH for that.
Yeah, that's right. So, some advanced tactics with Operation Righteous Thunder. If you take a look at Sean, it looks like he's got a hurricane of a piece going on. Stand in the back. It looks like we got an 8er, maybe a 9er of a centerpiece, which is a difficult thing to pull off. Most teams from competitions I've seen in the past develop the corners, work their way in from there. Definitely different strategy. Have you ever seen this before, Jason? This is different tactics.
It's completely new this year. I'm not sure the exact strategy here, though.
Seeing the Felda going on up here,
The
too.
Felda is building.
The Feld is definitely building.
We
We're
got
branching out
Felda.
to some
We've got a new title for our next
to some
Zelda
other
game.
corners. We've been
Legend of Felda.
slouching a little bit on the Moblin Club, though. Don't sleep on them. It looks like they've got a little bit of a Felda of their own.
They
minus
do
the,
have a Felda
the
kind of
center
developing
F.
there.
But if you look at it closely, it looks like Andrew's going into business for himself. He's got that border going all to himself. Katie and Allison and Andy are just like,
He is showing off a
Addition
little bit.
they're
pieces.
just going off in the dark.
Looks like Katie's got the orange pieces building into a cluster.
Andy has
Andrew-
been fiddling with those pieces for hours now.
That's right.
What
Well,
seems like hours at
Look
least.
at the size
Andy
of
has that
Felda
methodical
on
Canadian
Team
style
Majushyn.
of puzzle picking, so we'll see how that changes the way that the other competitors look at their team.
He was actually trained in the Heart Dungeon in puzzle
That's right.
assembly.
He managed
In
to
Puzzle
escape the
Combat,
Heart Dungeon.
yeah.
He made it all the way to Chicago from there.
Now, if you listen carefully, you can hear that there is Backstreet Boys playing in the back room
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Hopefully not loud enough to mute this VOD.
This has got to be some very strong motivational music. I still recommend they go back to Stan Bush.
Before the stream started, we were playing a 30-minute cut of the NWO theme. I
true.
prefer that. We could find a 4-hour loop of it and just play that in its entirety.
Definitely pump up the Goo World order for sure.
Oh, certainly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is the Backstreet Boys are Spiteri mind games.
It very well could be.
I think the Stan Bush was probably getting to him.
But I gotta admire the calmness and
You've been
Operation
corrected.
Righteous
Apparently, it's in sync.
Oh, so you can
it's
hear
insane.
it.
They
sorry.
can't hear it.
I don't know my
Maybe
boy
we should
bands.
turn
They're
it down.
squishy,
Yeah, I
slippery.
probably should
Yeah.
turn it down.
Yep.
Or go
So
back to Stan Bush.
We've sent an
Yeah,
official
go Stan
in.
Bush.
It's either that or
we're sending veteran official
we just have
Dwayne the Lock
you start
Johnson
singing.
down to silence the Google a little bit.
Get your
so-
boy bands right. Is what I'm being told.
Get them right. So, Team Majushyn looks like, and I'm no mathematician by any stretch of imagination, but I'd say we've got a super F going along if the commissioner would get his head out of the way. That is one...
Massive F.
That's a massive F.
They have even spelled Zelda
Yeah,
in the
that's
top
right.
left of that F.
We're no longer Felda. We've migrated to Zelda.
It's got me
Yeah.
nervous a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like Majushyn is the horse to bet on right now, but
We're not
you
even
definitely
15
can't-
minutes in.
You definitely... Yeah, that's right.
I think
We're
the
12,
border
13 minutes now.
the border with this one might be a little overrated.
Oh, yeah, that's
There's
true.
a lot of colors. And
There is a massive amount of colors in the
I
center
see
of this puzzle.
ORT here has been separating the colors a bit.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
while
you
they
see
look pretty
Savannah
behind-
gathering a lot.
I think they're set up for,
We have activity
Good
at
pace.
the Moblin Club. I believe Andy has left the group and is tagged in Skip.
All right.
Is
Oh,
he tagged
boy.
out? All right. We're not even at the 15-minute mark. We've got our first tag.
That's right. Andy tagging out for Skip. Looks
think
like
Majushyn
Ashley's got
did
her
the
her moccasin ring gear in. We'll see how that plays in.
That's-
Makes for an awfully deadly kick to the other competition.
Poor,
Soft but deadly.
poor Josh. He is left alone to the left side of the table now with Moss jumping over to join Ashton and
We
Judy.
got Judy there in
Judy.
the top right.
we
Yeah.
haven't mentioned Judy yet. I had the privilege of interviewing her backstage earlier. She had 2 shots of Jameson and promised their entire team a 6-pack of Guinness if they won the match tonight.
Oh wow, that's very generous giveaway. Of course, we have Judy from across the pond, the only competitor from there, Northern Ireland, representing the Zelda Dungeon Marathon this year. Majushyn has quite the talent pool. We have veteran ring general Josh, the crooked commish, newcomers Judy and Ashton.
I thought Moss
Quite the team.
If Andy falls over, he would be Keel Spiteri.
Terry, keel over. We'll keel haul him by the end of this competition.
Keel Hall, that filthy landlubber. Send him down to the depths below. Make that bastard walk the plank with a bottle of rum and a yo ho ho. And shout out to Hailstorm.
This live stream brought to you by Ailstorm and Pirates Everywhere.
Cheers to Pirates.
So something that I don't think we've pointed out in the 15 minutes of hot action here at the Zelda Dungeon Marathon puzzle race. Something I've noticed on Team Operation Righteous Thunder, ORT for short, we have Sean looking at the puzzle box, and we have Kayla and Rachel looking at the other side of the puzzle box. But if you look under Savannah's left hand, you see an insert from the puzzle box.
A little mini picture.
With a full picture. Smaller, but Savannah using her trained eyes to take a look at, cut all those purple pieces, which comprise the center of the puzzle together. What's the strategy here, Jason? I don't see this on any other teams.
Last year, we saw people utilizing the little mini inserts quite a bit, and I don't see any other team using it.
Yeah. Actually, speak of the devil, looks like Allison's taking a sneak peek at that insert.
Yeah.
Perhaps commentary is bleeding over a little bit, giving some strategy
Very
away,
well
but
could be. But now that gives 3 out of the 4 players direct access to the picture itself.
We are now being joined by Andy Heel-Spiteri to give us a soundbite of his team Moblin Club, which you've currently tagged out on. Andy, come on in and join us tell us, what is the strategy you are using here?
Canada's favorite good brother in here.
Gentlemen, I use that term loosely. My team is on the path to victory because of the impeccable leadership that I provide. There is not a single thing that these other 2 teams can do to compete with us. I've counted every single piece of every single puzzle, and let me tell you something. My team has the fewest pieces left.
If you have counted every piece, we got 550 pieces, and you've got 8 arms with 10 digits on each. What is the ratio from hands to feet to toes to fingernails that you see to draw the advantage in this race?
Let me tell you something about pieces and ratios and formulas. Usually, when you have a puzzle and you have 3 teams, you have a 33.3% chance of winning. But when you factor in Heel-Spiteri, your odds go up by 25%. When you factor in Allison, who got a combined 8 seconds in the Kuko Mini Olympics, your chances go up another 10%. When you've got Andrew, your chances go up another 6.5%. When you've got Katie, your chances go up another 15%. That's got to be 80% chances of winning.
You've left yourself out there. Are you the genetic freak of Team Moblin Club?
I am the Ayatollah of Puzzle Rolla, and that's why Moblin Club team is going to cruise to victory today.
You heard it from here, the big bad Moblin daddy.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what, though. If we're looking at Team Majushyn, don't want to discount anything that Heel-Spiteri's team is doing, but it looks like Team Majushyn has finished the entire border of this Zelda puzzle.
Yeah,
now, we've heard from Gooey Fame, a veteran in the ring, that the border may not be so much. However, it looks like Team Majushyn does have the edge in the Moblin Club. Both teams going for the borders.
Gooey, are you going to tag yourself in to relieve yourself of any of Righteous Thunder kill? Because it looks like they need some help.
Yeah, I think what really needs to happen is we need to tag in the Lock himself.
The Loch Ness Monster himself. Locky Two Belts.
Locky Two Belts. He's really the one who...
A minigame master.
I think is going to bring it all home for us. Though I'm starting to get worried that by the time Locke gets in there, it might be too late.
Yeah.
Though we do have the Triforce, which is the most powerful piece in the whole game.
That's right. We're just 19 minutes in here.
I don't buy any of this
Dungeon Marathon puzzle.
You seem to be just chilling here with Pikachu and some Folgers.
It's Peekagoo.
You know, letting Operation ORT, as you would, just kind of fend for themselves here.
Like I said, I feel confident in their abilities.
And all sitting on chairs.
Here's what I think what is happening is these teams shot out ahead. They started forming the border, but they haven't thought about what they're going to do next. Well, I think Team Ort is thinking further ahead in the future. They've got their eyes on the long game.
little CL. And Coffee Light.
Thank you.
Yeah, this action is pretty heated. And what we're seeing, it's kind of weird. There's a parallel between Team Majushyn and the Moblin Club.
Definitely.
Moblin Club recruiting Ashley, doing the same kind of tactics. It's almost like you're seeing double on your displays here. The Moblin Club has one member of the team opting to not use a chair, doing the kneel tactic. We see Ashley, a veteran of the kneel tactic, and Josh doing the same deal. What's the strategy on kneeling, Slick? Save your knees or
what I want to notice, what I notice right now is with Team Ort, Gooey, they've got a Triforce.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
That is amazing.
that's like I said. That's the most powerful piece in all of the Legend of Zelda.
The most powerful piece of the puzzle?
This is amazing, Gooey. I doubted your faith in your team earlier, but
Here we go. Now we're
look,
gonna
I
get
see
a better
I see
shot.
Triforce.
Oh, whoa, we got a little camera action here.
Look closely at Team Ort, though. They've got a couple of solid chunks put together already.
Yeah.
Across the entire table.
That's
like-
right.
And at the far end of the table, there's some border there already.
I think our strategy right here is let's assemble some of the picture, then you get it put together. Then the border, that's all, it's all one color, you'll figure it out.
Being told this is the
Good
top
Abe
jigsaw
Lincoln.
puzzle stream on Twitch.
What?
This is the top jigsaw puzzle stream on Twitch. Zelda Dungeon brings the best competitors, the best talent to the world of
Worldwide.
jigsaw puzzles. You saw it here first.
You'll never find a better jigsaw puzzle race in all of Twitch.
Oh man, this
Yeah, it
is
looks like Locke has
completely
gotten in there.
Completely different styles here. Team Majushyn, Moblin Club going for the borders.
still
Team Ort, Operation Righteous Thunder, separating by color. And looks like a border in the top
we're
left
seeing
corner.
5 pairs of hands on Ort camera.
Yeah, I heard Mossie's give Locke the okay to jump in.
Really?
All right,
'Cause
yeah.
they feel as if Ort is losing, but I still think
I
the
think
long
Moss
game-
is making the wrong call here.
Yeah, I think he's dooming his team a little bit.
He's too focused on the border,
As
and
we
he doesn't
knew
know what everybody
he
else
would.
has.
Wow, Heel Spiteri joining us again.
Some have called Locke the human algorithm, and I think he's here. He's putting the dots together. He's doing the math.
Even the best algorithm in the world is still fallible, and that is why the Moblin Club has been up for the last 76 hours looking for that one instance out of 3,000 where the algorithm would fail, and I think that we found it here tonight.
This Moblin Club border is actually looking kind of effed up. Look how long
Just
that
Folgers.
bottom is.
Yeah.
That is
No,
extremely long.
I don't know about that. I think it looks pretty good.
Well, as an expert of crossing borders, Heel Spiteri, what are you thinking about your team? Looking at their a little crooked border versus the team of Majushyn, which looks like they've got a couple of orthogonal angles developed on all 4 sides of their puzzle.
I'm glad you asked that, Kevin. When Doctor Strange voluntarily gave up the last Infinity Stone, people
Spoilers! Come on, Healy!
people claimed
What a heel!
people claimed him a madman, and you know what? In the end, everything worked out okay, and that's exactly how my team thinks. The rest of these competitors are playing checkers, and the Moblin Club is playing chess.
Wow, sounds like Heel Spiteri's come to bargain.
I think Heel Spiteri
We
is
have
the
a pair
Tony
of-
Stark of the team. He's willing to make a certain sacrifice later, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
Now-
I'm the Iron Man and the Captain America.
Wow,
I did hear
Captain
beforehand.
Canada over here.
I believe you can't
Captain
be Captain
Canada.
America, Mr. North of the Border.
He's Captain Canada. I heard beforehand they had Andy assemble puzzles 4 times against a computer. Just to
And he
see
beat the computer each time.
each time.
That's right. They said that the computer was flawless.
Where is Locke? Has he tagged himself in?
Speaking
Oh,
of
he's
computers, Locke's in.
Where is Locke? I don't see which
He's
team?
the 5th
No,
set of hands.
We got 5 set of hands in the lower
We
right
got an
here.
extra set of hands
Oh,
trying
okay.
Now, I have to ask Heel Spiteri, you made quite the hot tag before. Tag Ashley in to take your place on the Moblin Club team. What's going through your head there? You taking a bit of a breather to come in and steal the win? We're almost 25 minutes in, brother.
I mean,
What
let
you
me
gonna
tell
do?
you, the energy that Ashley Skip North possesses is akin to an F5 hurricane, and so it was only a matter of time before the Moblin Club wanted to unleash that onto the competition.
Wow.
I think you're really going to see that pay dividends as we formulate this border right here.
Okay, East Coast represent.
Going to Puzzle Fit City. You mentioned F5. I
All
started
right, look
thinking
at
about
this border coming out of Ort here.
That's right. Ort's building the border up. And
this
also...
This is turned into a handicap match, wouldn't you say?
I'd say so for sure, yeah.
We got five sets of hands on Team Ort.
Like I said, though, with
right.
Ort, though, you got to look. There's a lot of intricate centerpieces already put together.
That's right, yeah. We have the Triforce built.
They
We had a
set
little
that
bit of a
equipment.
Hurricane Center
We're
there,
the
but...
kind of team that you like to feel like we're not winning, but then last minute roll up, you know.
makes for an electrifying
A
match.
little small package at the end.
Oh yeah, we're
Small package
We're the
roll
king
up.
of small package.
I don't want to disregard this. Team Majushyn has what looks like a bullseye, throwing up another, I guess, a warning sign to the rest of the competition. They're locked in there. They've got that target
And
presented.
they're building up the bottom of the puzzle now.
That's right, yeah, build from the bottom up. They've laid the foundation. They're going to scope out the rest. It looks like the stained glass outer portion of this Wind Waker puzzle has been built.
Oh look, we got the clock going on Ort, or the bullseye. It's there.
Is
That's right, we
It's
got
not
it.
been attached,
And
but
we've
it's up
been-
there.
We've been throwing down some pieces on
There it
Team
is, yeah.
Ort.
I understand Elias was going to be part of the Moblin Club, but he asked everyone to remain silent while he played his guitar to serenade everyone. You know, to silence their cell phones, hold their applause, and what's the rest of that word? Shut their mouth.
Shut their mouths.
Yeah, but he kept getting interrupted, so he tucked tail and left. And I heard he went to Comic-Con.
And
That's
this
right.
is the thing about the Moblin Club. Once you're in, you are in for life. And if you think that you can leave a couple days early before the puzzle, let me
Wow.
tell you something, brother.
The Moblin Club actually needed. I heard they needed to send Elias out to Comic-Con to get a glimpse of that Cats trailer.
So I have to ask, Heel Spiteri, what did it take to recruit Miss Ashley to the Moblin Club? Must have made some trades.
Well,
perhaps
look who it is.
shake
The
things up.
commish.
Get some new superstars added to the cast.
We were up late, Kevin. Let's just say that.
Commish is
Making
here
deals
trying to
and-
check out the competition.
making deals
What's Bottom Left
backstage.
doing?
They're doing their
What
best.
are you doing here?
We're playing
This
the
is a run-in?
long game.
Yeah.
We got
They've got the,
more of the inside.
oh, the
stuff.
commish.
What place did you
Frowning on
finish
it.
in Minish Cap again?
Looks like the commish is going to shake things up. The competition here, directing traffic across all
He's
teams.
just all over the
What's
place.
he doing?
Vintage Mossies.
Some may
What
say
is he
rigging
Polish?
the
He's
contest.
just popping up in different
Others may
cameras.
say directing traffic for all teams, trying to give us the best show possible. He pays the bills. He pays our rent.
Rick
He
with the
pays our
Minish Cap
checks.
shade.
Wow, yeah. There's something blues going on by Sean here. Something blue.
Yeah.
That's right. Looks like a little bit of Link
Sean,
built
the
in
indie,
there. A
the
little
indie
bit
darling.
of Link in my life.
Sean came up in Japan.
I mean, they barely got their Triforce together. We had our Triforce together minutes ago.
That Triforce has been there since the beginning.
The Triforce is
We were the
cool.
first Triforce team. I'm sorry.
The confidence shown by the Moblin Club, where their fearless leader Andy has left them to join us in commentary, is very
Moblin Club-
admirable. Andy,
I'm calling it now. Moblin
what's
Club
going on,
is,
man? How's it going? Cheers.
They're
Cheer
shooting
down,
for second
have a good
place.
time. Put smiles on faces.
Really, this is sports entertainment for you, huh? It's not all elite. You ready to put smiles on faces?
Let me tell you something. The second you wear the Moblin Club colors, you are all elite.
Heel Spiteri only sees black and white.
It's funny because I heard
Actually, right now he probably sees a few shades darker.
I thought and Jason was part of the Red and Black, wasn't he? He was praising the whole theme song of the Red and Black.
Still like it better than the original.
Yeah.
I
Nothing quite,
respectfully disagree.
nothing quite like the OG, and nothing gets quite more OG than the Moblin Club. Looks like that full 4 squares, 4 corners built. Not quite the round out of the stained glass built. Looks like they're catching up to Team Majushyn. You gotta wonder though, is the strategy of Ort going to pay off in the long run? I see Savannah building. And I saw
Nothing?
Savannah throughout the. No, hey, don't count Savannah out. She's a fierce competitor.
She's got some purple going.
She's got all of the purple pieces for her team built into her corner, and it looks like I see a couple sixers, some fivers, and these are centerpieces, Slick. These are some very difficult pieces to build together. And Ort looks like they're going for the center, a little bit unconventional. I know, Jason, you've seen a lot of borders being developed in your time as a commentator on puzzle pieces, but what does it mean to have the centerpieces built? Very different, right?
Again, everyone most of the time goes for the borders, but having those hard to piece together centerpieces already pre-built leaves you a lot more room to navigate and to build out that border, and then just drop in the centerpiece, and you're done.
I think Majushyn has kind of proven my point now. It's like they've got the border.
Look at Majushyn's border starting to form.
They've got a couple things, but like now they're at the point where they're picking through pieces still. We've already picked through those pieces on Ort,
Mm-hmm.
I see Link developing on Team Ort.
That's right.
Link is being developed right now on Team ORT.
I told you. Look at this, and the borders coming together. All we got to do once
Look
that
at
border's in place
in the last
is
30
pop
seconds,
that
they
stuff
dropped the
down.
bottom.
Everybody stop.
Gentlemen, it's very simple. You just
Stop, drop,
Smell this.
set up shop.
you just take the piece. If
It
it
smells
fits,
a little like maple syrup.
That smells like desperation.
if the piece
From
fits
Ort.
in the hole, it works. If it doesn't fit, you swap it out. All right, we've got pieces and holes. Just get it together and fit the puzzle pieces in. We've got men and women from both sides of the north and south border, from across the pond. Kevin, I'm sorry, Andy.
I don't know who that is. My name is Heel.
I'm a babyface heel, so
Babyface Slick. Slickest player in the game. I will say this, we're past the 30-minute mark, almost at 32 minutes into this puzzle contest. I appreciate everybody watching us throughout the week. We've been raising money for Extra Life Charity.
cheers to that.
A great charity, raising money for children's in hospitals in the Miracle Network. We've been supporting the Children's Hospital of Illinois, located in Peoria, Illinois. A little ways down the way. No, I just appreciate everybody donating throughout the week. We raised over $3,500. I challenge everyone that's watching right now, as the top puzzle live stream on Twitch, if you could throw us some donations, if you could pass the word on to your friends, your family, we'd really appreciate it. We have one more day of this marathon going on, so if we could raise some more money, that'd be great.
Let's hear it for this commentary team, too. The best three-man booth in the business.
Let's get some donations for these guys
Yeah.
This is good stuff.
in their honor. I'm back.
It is my pleasure to provide commentary with my fellow countrymen and northern countrymen to provide the best commentary team for the Zelda Dungeon puzzle. Cheers to everyone who
Cheers to
couldn't
that,
make it.
Slick.
Cheers to that, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
Gooey, let's set aside our differences just for a minute.
I love you.
Cheers, Gooey.
Cheers. Me and Andy, we've grown close over the years.
Don't say that on stream, goddammit.
I'm about to pour my heart out to this man.
That's a shoot name.
We've mentioned
Is
Alliance.
this an e-sport?
This is probably the closest thing to an e-sport of physical puzzle
This is
building.
an A sport.
Oh man, the Moblin Club. See some headbanging or something going on there.
I
I
might
don't
need to
quite
hot
know what
tag
we're
in
doing.
Andy,
I
I
think
You guys like-
need a hot
I
take?
think Ashley's
before you
fading.
go, Andy, I just want to question your
Andy, I see a quizzical look on Ashley's face. Maybe we should tag her in and let her have those moccasins take a break.
At least the
Before you go, though, I just want to say they've got a complete
B
border
plus
now.
sport.
Right.
What kind of pep talk did you give the Moblin Club before this? Did you rule them with an iron fist, or did you spread the love with pixie dust?
They're clearly having
said
fun.
that once you're Moblin Club, you're in for life, and you don't want to live the rest of your life as a puzzle loser.
Failure is not an option, is it?
Failure is not
The moccasins need
option.
a breather.
So whether it's a moccasins, whether it's a Talus gym, whether it's Andrew's gimmick, I just said, you know what? Let's go
Andrew's
out there.
acumen.
Let's go out there and have fun. Let's put smiles on faces, but don't confuse that with let's not win, because there's only one result that the Moblin Club accepts, and that is victory.
You heard it first from
Beautiful.
Andy of the captain of the Moblin Club as he
Beautiful
goes
words.
to tag himself back in, I think.
We'll see what Heel Spiteri does once he raises a little more hell on his team.
So, Kevin, tell me, has Team Ort, with the benefit of Locky Two Belts, have reached any kind of comeback in this race?
I mean,
Oh, man.
look at that. Look at that Triforce on the border. Who has that?
That's a hard piece to finagle.
It is.
There's a link
So-
in there.
Opting for a little bit of squeaking the rules here while the commissioner has his back turned to everything. It looks like Heel Spiteri's tagging himself into the match and not tagging one of the competitors of his team out.
I
We got a
think they-
fiver going on the Moblin Club now.
I think they need it.
Yeah. It looks like the 5-team Ort and the 5-team Moblin Club are trying their best against Team Majushyn, who seem to have,
They've hit.
I don't want to say run away from him, but have
No,
been doing
no.
pretty well with assembling some centerpieces and building off the borders. And Jason, I think, as a man who's called a lot of puzzle pieces, building off the borders is very important.
It definitely is. But I've seen them slow down quite a bit once they've completed that border, as to where I see a lot of pieces upside down still. Possibly could be the glare. I don't see the progress that I'm seeing out of ORT or Moblin Club. I just don't see it yet there with Majushyn as far as the organization of the centerpieces go. Look at Moss is just snapping 1-2s together at a time. I don't see a lot of communication in that top left picture there.
Yep. Fish. Definitely.
I think
fair
they're getting
analysis.
tired. I think they're getting tired.
Definitely fair analysis. I'm going to point our attention to the incredible action going on at Team Ort. We see the beginnings of the end of the border closing in. It looks like Locke
That is amazing.
assembling the border, and look at
The
this
border
completion
is
in 2
closed,
foul
yep.
pushes. Caleb pushing those pieces in, locking it down for his team. A little bit of a different tactic here, where we see the Moblin Club have the pieces around the puzzle to build into the center.
Ooh.
It looks like Team Ort has their centerpieces surrounded by color in the puzzle itself.
in the border.
Different
In the border
tactics,
itself.
very unorthodox.
Are we even going to see Goo get in this? I mean, he may not have to.
I'm more of a managerial type role here. I'm the mastermind of it all.
Calling the shots from the back.
I've been calling the
Gotcha.
shots. I knew Locke needed to get in there, speed things up. I might step in, but I like to show off the talent.
I
of my
don't.
team, you know?
At this point, I don't think you have to. What is Majushyn cheering for?
Some woos,
there's
some
no
brothers.
There's nothing happening there.
I think what happened here, this is a classic Mossie's thing. I think he powered through and made this border. It doesn't seem like with the cooperation of his team.
Nope.
I
He
think
did it himself, and he's overconfident.
I think he's jumping the gun, you know. Whereas I see synergy on my team.
Yeah.
You know. I think Moblin Club is trying. I do think Spiteri is a good leader. He's a good man, and he's trying. But like, I don't know. Ort's just got the.
I think once Moss tires out, which may be happening now, once Moss tires out, I think Majushyn falls apart. There's no communication going on there.
You know, when I look at
What's
the
he doing?
Moblin Club right now, I see a Triforce. Gooey, does that make you nervous?
Yeah, the Triforce is a big factor.
demolishing. I'm gonna take a break.
You're not demolishing.
demolishing
You're not
at
demolishing at all. No
We
way.
have some serious trash talk.
Look at-
from our
Come on
crooked
and have a
commissioner.
seat for a minute.
Moss,
Let's
you're crushing
analyze
it here,
this.
huh? Tell us how you did in the Minish Cap
I
earlier. though.
absolutely disagree. I think Ort is crushing you so hard.
I've been practicing my puzzles. Look around, literally. Puzzle. I put like 6 puzzles together in 2 weeks.
So you've been
Did you
practicing-
put together this puzzle?
No, I did not.
Well then,
No.
each
I think
puzzle's
you
different.
just Moss just made the biggest mistake of the race by thinking he's ahead. I gotta say. Ort's got full pictures assembled.
Are you stretching? Are you like are you like shaking it
North
off?
side of our table. Oh, you wait.
North side of your table has got nothing.
They think we got nothing.
Of course, Team Majushyn talking about the north side of their table from Northern Ireland, Judy.
Uh-oh, Triforce.
Oh boy.
Alright, I
The third team
The
to put the
Triforce locked
Triforce into
in.
place.
Triforce.
Emphatically by the commissioner.
Third team to put that in
The
place.
Triforce.
That's right.
Let's call that
That's
out.
got to make you nervous, man. The third Triforce is in.
You know what? I do gotta say that it has me thinking about things a little bit, but I still believe in the power of my team.
Yeah.
I do like the way that ORT is working from within the puzzle, though.
Yes.
Yes.
They've already secluded what parts they need in there immediately,
Yes.
and they're building out from there.
And I think we're getting that link attached. The link is kind of
Mhm.
That's
towards
right.
the-
Yeah.
Definitely.
Link is centered in the middle.
We've got Sean here measuring pieces
He
on
comes
the board.
back for a second look.
Where the hell did he go?
Just taking a
He
sneak
left.
peek.
All right, I think Moss was holding out a little bit. I think he is further along than I.
They
thought.
dropped 3 pieces into place. They got a Triforce, they've got the left-hand lower piece, and then they've got the center floating piece, which they assume goes there, but nothing connecting it at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
We haven't
That's a
had-
gutsy move to put that there, because if it doesn't fit exactly, then you got to shift it around, you lift it up, little pieces fall off.
We haven't had any turncoats or any
Yeah,
swerves yet, have
changes.
we?
Yeah.
Allegiance changes. That's a good way to put it there, Kevin.
I think the
That's a more
Ashley
political way
was a
to put
little
it
surprising.
there.
You know, if Elias was here, he'd probably smash a guitar over somebody's head. You know,
Classic Zelda universe,
Yeah.
smashing guitars.
Catherine was supposed to be in this race too, wasn't she?
That's right.
I
Unfortunately,
saw her-
Catherine's sidelined with an injury. We had a quick swap in.
I saw her. She's quite the artist. I saw her drawing the puzzle about 6 or 7 times, just to get it in her head before having to solve the puzzle.
True. And if you've seen her Twilight Princess run, they do say she has the fastest fingers in the South.
By the South, you mean like the northwestern part of the country, northeastern part of the
Wait,
country?
she's from somewhere.
Definitely from somewhere.
She's from somewhere.
She has a southern
There's a
accent.
quote.
I think she's from like West Virginia, right?
Yeah.
That's almost the South.
Yeah, it's almost
It's the
same.
North South.
Well, Elias and Catherine, if you're watching, shout out to you. I hope we're all having fun.
We miss you, Elias. Enjoy Comic Con.
Who wants to walk with Elias?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think the purple thing that Savannah has been assembling is coming together nicely.
That's right, yeah.
I think it's taking a while. I think that's probably going to be the hardest of them to assemble because it's all feathers. I believe that's
Yeah.
the Helmarock King
Yes, that's
from
right.
Wind Waker.
Roll
Expert
Tide
in-
on that.
Expert analysis by Goo, yeah. That's the center, the lifeblood and the heart of this puzzle is the Helmarock King. So entrusted to a very talented competitor in Savannah to assemble all those purple puzzle pieces.
Catherine is
Purple
from
puzzle pieces.
Catherine
Purple
is
puzzle
from
pieces.
Volkswagen.
Yep.
Volkswagen.
That's
Volkswagen.
In German, the W is a V,
That's
like
right.
Victor,
Volkswagen.
like Slick Vic.
Slick Victor. Slichter Victor.
Slichter Victor.
Slichter Victor.
Yeah,
I'd buy that for $1.
I still think I'm seeing something coming together with Ort here.
I see fatigue here with Orb. Did you see Savannah was resting her hand on her head?
Now,
Her
was
head
that
on
out of
her hand.
fatigue or
Look,
frustration?
she's doing it again.
I think
too.
it's concentration. I think she's dealing with some of the hardest puzzle pieces to deal with.
That's right. It's very difficult to assemble those
Savannah
pieces.
is from Georgia, isn't she? That's kind of obvious. Is that a little too on the nose?
No, that's actually completely incorrect, but
Savannah is in Georgia.
I hear music again. Are they like dancing to the?
There's
it's a
boy
little bit
bands
of hype
happening.
club.
I think it's all in sync.
I still think they should, put
Oh,
some
here we
Stan
go.
Bush.
Allison coming into the Moblin Club,
Allison, look at
blocking some of the tactics.
Blocking the shot.
Now, question
She
though
doesn't want us to
is
see
what's
her
going on
skills.
with that block shot though?
She doesn't want us to
I
see
saw
the skills.
Allison dishing out the top box of the puzzle and the little cheat sheet insert to the rest of her table. No, Allison blocking a little bit for the folks at home. We'll send Goo in to slide her over a little bit.
I think Goo has finally decided to tag himself in.
Yeah, Allison, I hear her
Just
said
I'm
she's sorry.
44 minutes into the puzzle.
And then manages to slide right back in immediately. Sorry for a sec. Vintage Allison
44 minutes in, Gooey
taking
finally
her
decides
seat
to
at the
tag.
helm. Oh, we have Gooey tagging in.
I think at least. I don't see him on
We
screen.
might.
I don't see him on screen either. We'll see how that
He
develops.
could just be observing and advising his team. He could be advocating
That's
for them.
right.
Oh,
Gooey, a
let's see.
bit of a ring general, has competed in puzzles before. master of the Goo World Order, backing the ORT, Operation Righteous Thunder team for this Zelda puzzle competition, scouting the field a little bit.
But he is not inserting himself into the picture, much like the Moblin Club's Andy Spiteri.
Like
That's
I said,
right.
though, does Goo really need to at this point? I feel that they have an immense lead against the other two teams.
Wait a minute, you are right. Look at all the pieces in the middle of that
Yeah.
stained glass.
That's right.
Yep.
Must be work of the human algorithm, Locke, who just presented himself in front of the camera right here. Locke has some quick hands. If you blink, you might miss him assembling some pieces.
Yep.
I've seen Locke throw a few 3ers together, a couple 5ers, and maybe a couple 6ers.
Yeah,
In this
definitely.
competition alone.
Now-
and if you blink, Jason, you miss it.
Of course. I have to question, though, with ORT having 5, does that taint the victory if they do in fact win?
The scoreboard points out the victory. A win is a win. When it comes down to it, you only have 3 teams here. Amount of people on the teams doesn't make a difference. The history books will read either Team Majushyn, the Moblin Club team, or Operation Righteous Thunder with the W.
And as they always say, if you're not first, you're last. So.
Exactly. And sometimes you'll never be first, but you might be next.
Okay, so
Goo, welcome back. So you got a first-hand look at all
Yeah.
3 teams, up close, in person.
Let's get a report from the field from Goo.
I had to step in because it's hard to say with the I feel like the pieces in the middle of our board were kind of making it look full, but I was like, how complete is it, right?
Yeah.
So I got up there and I was starting to question it. I feel like all the teams are actually very close from a first-hand look.
Okay.
They've got a solid border and build in, which I think is strong. They've actually got over here on the Moblin Club a good image for a bit of Link, and I think we do too. But it's kind of hard to tell because I think the approach is a little different for everyone. So
How does the center of your puzzle look on your team since you got up close?
it looks pretty decent. It looks comparable to Moblin Club, I would say, but I think they've got a better idea of how it's. I think we have a better idea of how it's going to fit together.
Gotcha. Now I did see Moss do something interesting. He's had that center purple piece sitting there for a while just to show off that they had it completed. He has a handful of purple and he slid it over, so where they thought it went is not where it goes.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
See, that's why I like what Savannah's doing. It's like I said, it's like little by little progress, but I think that's because it's the hardest one.
Yeah.
And I think
for sure.
just getting that together, you're going to get a better idea of where that's really going to go.
Look, he's moving it around again. He's got a couple little pieces to attach to it. And like I said, it's 1 or 2 pieces at a time. There was no real section there.
There might be an edge of another color on there, and I think that might be what tipped him off. So he might be figuring it out. I think.
See, he's got a handful again. He's working with a small handful there, and it doesn't seem like he's confident in what he's got there.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm rooting for my team. I'm hoping they can pull this out.
It looks like over on Moblin Club,
Taking a peek
we have
at that puzzle.
a nice little section built up above the Triforce there,
Yeah.
possibly with
right,
part
yeah.
of what Link's face, if I'm seeing correctly.
Yeah, it looks like a
Link's face
good
is
portion
there.
of Link. We see the sword developing there.
But now
a little
look down
bit
on
more than
ORT.
Majushyn at this point, which is astounding, considering that Majushyn had quite a bit built together. And we saw that Operation Righteous Thunder had Link built very early on into this competition. The Moblin Club, I don't want to say catching up, but also developing that part of the puzzle as well.
I just noticed Rachel came to the front of the table,
That's right.
which I
Seeing a lot
think
of
means she
movement.
finished what she was working on up there.
And is now putting it in place.
I think she's coming to help with this, and I think things are going to start to come together really quickly.
Yeah.
Rachel is like kind of one of the brain childs of our team, you know,
Moss sliding the entire puzzle.
she's kind of she's a master of the slider puzzles in the Wind Waker.
Okay.
So I think just puzzles come naturally to
That's
her.
right. Yeah, you can definitely
Look
catch
at him.
some
Moss
puzzle
is matching
slide
up a single
percent on the
piece.
Twitch channel of Zelda Dungeon.
Yeah, Moss is going piece by piece.
Piece by piece.
That's
Oh.
been his strategy the whole time. He's running a sprint. We're running a marathon. That's
If you guys just took a
I
look,
like that.
yeah.
the Moblin Club, Andrew just dumped a few pieces on the bottom right corner of the table, blocked right now by the box, but you can always see the analytical eyes of Andrew. Building
Very
those puzzle
intense.
pieces
Very
straight in the
intense.
head, and then pushes those pieces directly physically.
One of the people we haven't talked to yet about this puzzle race is Katie. Kevin, the wily veteran Katie. What can you say about her in this
That's
puzzle
right.
race?
You can never count Katie out of a competition. She is always cool, calm, collected, gathers herself, and is a workhorse.
Is she drawing strength from her children?
She definitely draws strength from her children.
They're watching.
Looks to her family for support and is definitely fighting for them today. Also fighting for her team of the Moblin Club. I will say this: you can never count Katie out of any puzzle competition. Very good competitor, very talented.
Seasoned
Definitely
veteran.
someone to watch out for.
Now,
Seasoned veteran.
on the opposite side, do you think Andy's fiance is watching the puzzle race?
I have to imagine that Andy's fiance is so glad that Andy is away for this week. She is probably having the time of her life without that mug looking at her in the face.
I did hear she was disappointed by the Twilight Princess run. So.
Oh yeah, oh man, some disappointment in
man.
Neil Spiteri. So
Andy's sleeping on the couch this week.
Now I also know Katie and Allison. They've raced a lot of games together over the years.
that's right.
And I think they've developed kind of a competitive friendship, and I think that's gonna be a big part of their synergy here.
For sure, yeah.
Okay, on Team Majushyn, we've got Josh going really face deep
That's classic, Josh.
into the stained glass window here. He's not even looking at any of the boxes. He's just fitting pieces into the holes, hoping that one of them is a match.
The trick with Josh and a little bit of the ferocity factor that he has going on is that you can never quite look Josh in the eyes because he's got that SpongeBob shirt looking you right down the right in the grill.
My eyes are up here, he always says.
Last year SpongeBob was looking a little stressed, but I think SpongeBob has calmed down a little bit this year. Josh looks fierce, focused, and ready to knock this puzzle out of the park.
Gooey.
Just under an hour at this point.
Your team,
right.
Team Ort. I see three people working together on a stained glass, and I see Sav just kind of keeping to herself here.
yeah.
What kind of strategy is that?
Well, I think this is kind of how Sav thrives. You know, we have different ways of dealing with things, and I think she's carrying such a heavy load trying to get these purple pieces together. You know, and I think this being the toughest part of the puzzle, it's one where you don't want a lot of people interrupting.
So there's still a lot of chemistry here. This is not just a three people on one team and Sav going into business for herself.
No, this is Sav taking a specific role very seriously.
You taught her well.
Yes, yeah.
Vic, we have a direct question for you. So they want you to define Majushyn.
Majushyn is a combination of all their names. We've got M.A. for Moss. We've got Juice, which is an anagram for Josh. And we've got Y because Judy. There's a Y in Judy. And N because there's an N in Ashton. It's perfect. It fits right in.
Fits right in.
I mean, it couldn't be described any better than that.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Thank you. Does that answer your question?
Thank you for that phonetical spelling there, Vic.
Something Dagmeyer. Kylter Dagmeyer.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a Link's face on Majushyn up by Judy and Ashton.
Yeah, definitely.
That's got me sweating a little bit.
I think it's fair to say this competition has evened out a little bit.
I want to point out Moss has again moved that cluster of purple. It's now further down towards the center of the puzzle.
Is the Cricket Commissioner getting more cocky, would you say, Jason?
I don't know. I think he's doubting
I'm kind of seeing
where that
a look,
goes.
yeah.
Look at him. Look at the concerned expression
He's got
that we can pick up just
Like I
from the
said,
side of his face.
He is not thinking about the big picture. He's
No.
looking at the picture and going, where does this one piece go?
This is short-term booking at its finest.
We're not really looking at the picture
This is crash
necessarily.
puzzling.
It's always a sprint at the Zelda Dungeon Marathon to complete this puzzle.
Ooh, Sav's got a nice feather put together here. Look at that.
Yeah, I've seen. So you can't count Savannah
Oh,
out.
oh,
She's
no.
been in the forefront of us taking a look at these feathers being assembled by the Helmrock King.
Man, that
Difficult
link.
part of the puzzle, but
Whoa.
Savannah looks like she's got like a 10er, maybe an 11er.
Look at
of,
Majushyn
Helmrock.
dropping in a huge piece. There, we've got
That's a big
Link
move.
and the shield.
All right, yeah, looking like Majushyn, who had previously looked a little bit separated from the Moblin Club.
I still won't give Moss
still
credit for
together.
that part.
Well, that's just fine. I think that the workhorses here are helping the commissioner along to a W.
It's going to be a close one.
You said it.
Majushyn making some gains indeed.
For sure, yeah. And now the Moblin Club, I don't know if this is strategy or a little bit of extra, I don't know, mind games for the other teams. It looks like the Moblin Club is blocking a little bit of the view of their puzzle with the box.
That's dirty.
Some dirty tactics. Looks like Heels
oh.
Patera. Oh, tilting a little bit as I said it.
Just blocking just
Giving a little bit of a
more
sneak
there.
peek. Andrew working on the corner here, this bottom left corner. Katie also tagging in with a little bit, dropping some puzzle pieces down. A lot of action by Ashley, dropping in some pieces, patting the puzzle down, helping out everyone on their team. You can't count out the camaraderie of the Moblin Club. A lot of very nice people, besides Heels Pateria, that jerk, but it's assembled quite the group of nice folks.
I can't help it. Every time Moss puts his hand on that purple cluster and slides it around, he has no clue where it goes.
Oh, I think he's got it though.
Oh,
he-
Moss clicking that
That's
Right as I said
piece
it.
in on the left
you
side
can
of the
tell that's a
stained
huge
glass.
weight off his shoulders. He's
It is.
left the
Look,
table.
he's left the table to come view.
Oh man!
How long did it take you to find the exact location
Moss,
for
we
that
did
purple
it.
piece?
All right, that team bottom left looks threatening.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
told you.
Rudy, you're in front of the camera.
He keeps coming in and checking.
This is a lot closer than I thought.
Yeah.
No rest. No rest.
Slick Vic, how we feeling? We're about an hour into this puzzle. Who are you backing here?
This is a really close race. Everyone's got a Triforce. Everyone's got Link. Or does Team Ort have Link?
Yeah.
Team Ort does have Link, yeah.
The top of his
part
set
of him.
isn't there, but
The
that's
general
like one of the
ideal
easiest
is
parts,
there,
I
yeah.
think.
They've all got the Master Sword on Link. A shield is forming on most of them. And it's looking pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got Team Moblin Club with Andy Spiteri just ruling everyone with an iron fist. We've got Team Ort with Gooey sitting right here, team captaining a 5-on-4 handicap match because he's got Locky
Excuse me. Moblin Club is in there.
You got Locky
Moblin Club also does have
he's
5
got Locky
members too,
two belts
Slick.
calculating algorithms in his head.
Locky 2 belts,
Okay.
yeah.
I had the distinct privilege of speaking with Locke earlier today, and I asked him, "What's your strategy going into this?" He looked at me with those eyes, those dead, cold eyes, and just ran a thumb across his throat, saying,
You're next.
"Okay." And he started calculating algorithms, running nested for loops and multi-dimensional arrays into his mind.
If you look close enough, you can see ones and zeros in his eyes. Actually, if you were to cut Locke, he would not bleed. Numbers are his blood.
Well, it's true as they say in puzzle competition, the numbers don't lie. And the numbers
they
are
spell death for you,
they
Samoa Joe. Something like that.
at the 3-way at the Zelda Dungeon Marathon. We're at 58 minutes 6 seconds, almost at the 1 hour mark, and it's true what they say. Some people just can't last 60 minutes in this competition.
Well, Kevin, you are the unbiased official in this match. Who do you think has the lead here?
It's a little difficult to tell, Slick. It seems like Operation Thunder has a good portion of that central area of their puzzle filled. At this point, borders are irrelevant. The Moblin Club looks pretty strong, and Team Majushyn seems like they were a little bit cocky with their lead. But they still have a good amount of the puzzle pieces assembled. I'd say 33% for each team. It seems like a very close race.
I took a peek in person,
disagree, because
and
their
it
link,
is extremely close.
their link is,
It is,
not
right?
nearly as complete as Moblin Club or Majushyn.
Be that as it may, Slick, I think that the big winner of this puzzle and what separates one team from another is the assemblation
Big word.
across the nation of the purple pieces of this puzzle.
I think the
Helmrock
link
King
is a
very
little
difficult.
overrated.
Link has a lot of green pieces built into this puzzle. It seems like from what we're seeing, Not a lot of green here. Purple seems to be the toughest color of this puzzle.
It's all going to come down to the purple pieces.
We are definitely staying hydrated. Thank you very much to the fine sponsors at Folgers and
That's right.
Solo Cups.
Definitely need to stay awake. Drink your caffeine, folks. Drink water, drink caffeine.
H2O and caffeine.
It's a good Halloween movie. Oh.
Is that the one with Busta Rhymes?
No, that's Resurrection.
That's the one with Josh
Yeah.
Hartnett.
We were talking about
treat.
cats here for a second. This is Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo.
All right.
Yeah, very difficult to tell who's got the edge here.
I'm looking at Team Moblin Club. I see everyone except for Katie on their feet, just scrambling to fit pieces into holes. Whereas we've got Operation Righteous Kill. I see everyone sitting down.
That's right.
They look far more relaxed.
They said they.
Operation Righteous Thunder has been parked in seats for the entire match. Rachel's been circling around,
Rachel's
gobbling
got
up
it.
some pieces, directing a little bit of traffic. At first, we saw Sean handling all the pieces for the central part of the team. It looks like some portions of the puzzle have been delegated. Savannah taking on the more difficult portions of the purple pieces. Rachel directing some traffic. Kayla dishing some pieces as well, and Locke built out the corners, looking to work on the left side of the puzzle. Great teamwork.
Gooey, I have a question because you've played in the puzzle before.
Yeah.
What is the strategy behind delegating certain sections or colors to a player?
Well, it really depends on the puzzle. So, like this one, the relevance is just that it's such a bright puzzle. You know, the colors are vibrant, so it's easy to look at the map and be like, okay, this guy is all this color, and you can really pull that off in this one. And since you have so many people, it's worth doing. As opposed to last year, we actually did this Ganondorf and Link one, and there are some
I remember
colors.
that, yeah.
You can see the cape, you can see a little bit, but a lot of it blends together. So that one's hard. That one's harder to really want to delegate. But this one works out just fine, and also you don't get in each other's way. You
Gotcha.
know,
Yeah.
someone do the border, someone do this. You know, the other teams, they got the border fast because they all did the border.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are with
Teamwork.
Savannah and this purple, you know, slowly chugging away. That's going to be a big factor.
And Savannah, I see every minute clicking in a couple of pieces together. We've got some tenors. We've got a couple tenors, some fivers, some sixers. And now we're seeing, especially with Savannah here, who's front and center with these pieces, it's not all purple. There's a little bit of red, there's a little bit of gold, there's a little bit of white. It makes it
What
very
we originally
difficult
thought was
to-
just
to
purple
tell.
is now coming together.
Yeah.
Though I will say Majushyn, I think their strategy is paying off. I think Macias has the willpower, which is important. So even though he is just sprinting through, he might be depleted after this.
Is that the Triforce of willpower?
He's got the Triforce of willpower.
It's
I
that
think
elusive middle piece of the Triforce.
we got the Triforce of willpower. I think Ort is the Triforce of cooperation, and Moblin Club is the Triforce of confidence. I think that
Solid.
represents Andy there, right
Solid.
there.
Together, all three of those create an incredible puzzle race.
Yeah.
All right, on Team Majushyn, I see the back of heads. And I
Yeah,
see Blaze
they-
Bailey, and I see something written on Judy's back.
I think it's Irish or something. I don't know.
I see,
Probably
at
it's
this
Northern
point,
Irish or something.
we're really seeing everyone kind of close in around the puzzle and fit in the cross sections they've been working on.
Okay.
We're a little over an hour into it. How does fatigue start to set in? Does the pieces start to blur together?
60 minutes.
Oh, big time, big time. But here's another thing to consider about Operation Righteous Thunder. Not a lot of coffee in these guys, and they've been sitting. Meanwhile, you saw Mr. Spiteri here earlier. He had to have those shades on for a reason, you know. I think Ashley might be
Was
a
he
little
hiding
faded.
something?
He was hiding something. You know, I think the other teams might not be too bad too, but I just think we've got some of the most well-rested people you've ever seen.
Gotcha.
Really, because when I look at Sav, I see her hand resting on her head as if she's...
She does look a little sleepy, I gotta admit. But you know what? She's got a mission, and I think she's doing a good job of putting it together.
I mean, we are after 11 p.m. Central Time here, so some people, may not be, even though they've been here for the better part of the week, may not still be accustomed to the time change and the jet lag and everything like that. That could play a factor in. That could also be why we saw Moss take such a great lead, because Moss could have been a little bit more well rested. He's been here.
One thing to keep in mind is Savannah did a 6-hour 6-hour Majora's Mask run earlier.
Just a few hours ago.
As did Skip Ashley. So they probably are. I understand why Savannah's. And on top of that, her game crashed on her, so that's a bit demoralizing on its own. So
totally,
you're coming into your next big race hoping the puzzle won't crash on you.
Yeah. Or you won't crash on the puzzle.
That's a big possibility. Yeah, oh man. Yeah, our teamwork is pretty good here, but Majushyn, just the willpower is off the charts.
It is.
Stained glass is filling up on Majushyn.
Filling up fast.
This is one of the closest puzzle races, I think, in history of
That's true.
marathon.
This is quite the tight race.
We've had a couple of amazing stats this year. We had the double elimination in Minish Cap.
Yeah, let's not forget. I came in third place.
Tied for third.
I was up against some heavy hitters.
By the way, my hands healed up great. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome. All right. And by the way, Moss finished in 10th place. 10th place in that race.
Last.
10th place.
Dead last.
Don't you forget that if you can hear me back there.
I think he's way too focused at this point.
He wants to win so bad.
He wants to.
He's got to win something.
Exactly.
I mean, there's what, literally, is it less than 24 hours left in the marathon at this point?
Oh yeah, we're creeping up on the end.
10th place.
There are people who are playing after this too, so I can imagine that.
They don't want to necessarily burn through all their energy on the puzzle if they've got, what's the next game?
Triforce Heroes, a co-op experience.
There you go.
So, and it's going to be co-op. Oh my goodness, it's 2 Moblin Club members and Kevin. So
really.
That might actually help them in this. There's no competition. They're gonna work together because they gotta cooperate later. What do you think about that? You're racing with them.
I got a scope out
they're
of
saying that Moss won
gentlemen.
Zelda 2. I mean, we're not counting that.
I'm not trying
Moss
to pick
needs to win
sides
something.
here. I will say this: all teams are having a blast. They're having a good time here. It's difficult to pick who's winning. It's very difficult to pick who's
What do you
winning.
think about Majushyn? You saw that.
Team Majushyn's doing pretty good. They seem to have a lot of clean area built for their puzzle piece. They're all just having fun. Team Operation Righteous Thunder doing a good job of those purple pieces. Shout out to Savannah building all that together. The Moblin Club all working together. A very cohesive unit. Doing a lot of great stuff there.
Kevin,
How's the chatter back there? Last year we saw a lot of mind games being played because they were in such close proximity to each other.
That's right.
They had the divider that they were moving back and forth, and people knocking over each other's boxes. We don't see as much dirty tactics this year.
That's right, yeah. So the focus seems to be on the puzzle itself and the spirit of the competition.
Look at Locke right there. Oh, man.
Locke, yeah. I saw Locke
Dropping
in a huge piece.
That's right.
Oh, my God.
They can move.
there's a lot of...
Savannah the one-man band? The one-woman band, I should say, in Team ORT?
I think so, yeah. I saw some incredibly assembled pieces there. If you look at the bottom right, it's like... said it before, we got some 10ers, 11ers, they're built up.
When I look at the bottom
some
right,
14
Kev,
or 15ers, they're just going to drop right in.
When I look at the bottom right, Kev, I see ourselves here, man. It's a good-looking bunch right
Yeah,
here.
10s and 15s.
Oh, yeah, I'm a 10 slick, you're a 15 for sure. Straight off the Victor scale. Shaking the whole camera.
You're too kind, my friend.
I only speak the truth.
I got to apologize.
I went to journalism for this.
I didn't expect to be here on commentary with you the whole time.
I know,
sorry.
good. What are you doing? You got to tag yourself in.
I just feel
rally
like
He's
that
got so
team
much
together.
confidence in his team, Team ORT. He named it himself.
I think they're doing an amazing job without him. He's popped back there a couple times, maybe given a few directions.
Pop for the crowd a little bit, too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to know when to not interfere. I'm not trying to rush in and take the glory. I just want to see a
No
good,
rushing.
close competition. Yeah, no
Okay.
rushing.
They're saying Locke's got
How many
got
gigs
great
of
piece per
RAM did
second
you
going.
bribe Locke with to take over in your team?
Oh, I've got a whole vault full of
RAM.
gigs.
Gigs
We got a
for
couple of
gigs
terabytes
for
in the
days.
lock.
It takes a lot just to get him here, actually.
Yeah, we've seen some mid-game recruitment the Locke recruited on ORT, and Ashley recruited on the Moblin Club. It looks like the Crooked Commish couldn't pad the pockets of any other players in this puzzle.
Last year, he even switched teams at one point.
We're seeing classic boss right here.
Kevin.
Yeah, I know. I'm spitting all over myself.
Look at this classic boss, the one piece. He's pouring over the one piece.
That's right. That could be the most
And he
crucial
has
piece of
no
the entire
clue.
puzzle.
I think
Oh,
that
yeah,
works
he found
okay
it.
for him, but it's not a winning strategy, you know?
That's true.
Is Vic getting a close hand?
Slick Vic
close hand look?
gonna take a pop into the field and see what's going on here. I will say this: Team Majushyn seems to have separated their pieces into two factions. It looks like Judy filtering through some pieces, trying to find some holes that they have in the puzzle. Ashton helping out up top as well. It looks like Josh and Mossies are directing some traffic, dropping individual pieces in.
Filling
Not
in individual gaps.
Exactly, Jason. Not doing what we're seeing on Team ORT or Team ORT with doing large pieces that they're going to drop in at a certain point. What's the difference in strategy? What does it mean here? What's the difference?
It's
between
a
me
hard
and you?
call here. Yeah, I'm looking, and ORT still has. There's a lot of purple still there.
Yeah.
And I was expecting to see that their purple form a little bit more complete than what it is at this point. I think they may have gotten a little worried and kind of abandoned their original plan. Can't really see too much what Moblin Club's working on. Looks like they're kind of hiding where they're at.
That's classic.
I also, though, I gotta say, I don't see a lot of puzzle pieces there left on the table. As far as Majushyn
See
goes,
if we can clear it up.
yeah, Majushyn, they're filling in a lot of little gaps now.
Yeah.
We're seeing 75-80% of a completed puzzle at this point.
I think they might be able to power through a little bit.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't matter, it'll be so filled in that there's only so many places the pieces can
Yeah.
go.
And that process of elimination, essentially.
Yeah.
At that point.
Oh boy, yeah, this is wild. Oh, Locke is stepping in with Savannah. I think that also is a thing when they're gonna be done with some of this and there's just the purple. I think that can come together pretty quickly still.
It should, in theory, just all drop in.
Yeah.
And then you're filling in just the minor gaps like you see Majushyn doing. How's Moblin Club looking up close?
I took a quick peek in the field. Moblin Club was trying to hide a little bit of their pieces.
Yeah,
Looks
I
like
see
they're
that.
assembling and working incredibly well together. A little bit of search and destroy with their pieces. They're just slapping them down. Doing a similar tactic to what Team Majushyn is doing as well. Targeting pieces, throwing them into the puzzle, doing one at a time. I think right now the difference between Majushyn and Moblin Club is just how many they can throw down per minute.
Yeah.
And right now,
Pieces per minute.
That's right. Yeah, we're ticking down with this
Puzzle
puzzle.
pieces per minute.
We're at $1.12,
Yeah.
almost at $1.13.
Do you get a look at that, Vic?
Slick Vic, how are we looking?
It is neck and neck with all three teams right now. They have all got almost all of the stained glass filled. They've got very little pieces left on their tables. This is a very tight race.
I think the big difference that we'll see in this competition is if Team Operation Righteous Thunder, led by Mr. Goose of Fame, drops those puzzle pieces in. If that were to happen within the next minute or two, I think we'd see a very close competition between all three teams.
If that happens, you have made yourself the greatest armchair quarterback of all time.
Yeah, it's all about it's what I said before the race really that counted, you know. In fact, I want to give a shout out to Sean, who I allowed to name the team. I said, Sean, you look like you have a team name in your head, and he immediately responded, Operation Righteous Thunder.
Wow. Does
Yeah.
that mean that there's a new faction in the Goo World Order, or is the Goo World Order done and buried?
You know, I want to move on to have a team that's named not just after me, but that all people can identify with, you know? So,
Okay.
and I think a lot of people can get down with some Righteous Thunder. All right, we're moving some of the purple in
Yeah.
there, I think. That's going to
Smart
be big.
strategy,
This is
moving
big.
it onto
That's
the
gonna
top
be
of
This
the
is
box.
big. We see Locke sliding
my
some
gosh.
pieces off the top. ditching some things, sliding things in where they can. I see a little rotation
Oh my
happening.
gosh, this is nuts.
This is a very, very impactful part of this puzzle race.
I'm starting to hear some insults thrown.
Yeah,
It's getting a little loud.
It's getting a little heated. I saw the Moblin Club putting a lot of pieces in together, getting some crucial connections in their puzzle piece. Looks like Moblin Club's doing pretty good right now, sitting pretty. They're slapping those pieces down.
We have Gooey now officially, possibly. No, he's not making a tag.
Let's take a look. This
is one of the most intense
taking a
puzzle
look at
races
the
I've
competition.
It is so neck and neck. You can cut the tension with a knife.
That's right. We need a big knife to cut through because this competition is huge.
We need a pizza cutter.
Tons of teams, great competitive action, the finest you'll see on Twitch. I don't think there's been any person in the world that has a three-team puzzle race on Twitch in the middle of July
At 11:30
at night. Yeah,
I challenge
we're the only
you
ones.
to find one right now.
This is absolutely
big
amazing.
here. This is huge. So this giant chunk being thrown down on Team Operation Righteous Thunder.
Yeah.
I think we saw Gooey Fame perhaps spouting a little bit of orders backstage to his team.
No, actually,
Oh, really? Gooey just doing a little telepathy?
I can tell when not to interfere, and I feel like if I go back there, they're gonna be like, "Hey, do you want to play? Do all this?" And I don't want to mess up. I can tell when
Can't
the
F
mojo
with
is
the flow.
flowing. Yeah, I feel like my mojo that's not gonna mix well right now. You know.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta coach from afar with a long leash.
Sure, for sure, Goo.
2-3 minutes ago, we saw a huge chunk of the purple pieces still sitting on the table for Operation Righteous Thunder. Now, half that is gone.
Yeah.
But here's the
That's
thing:
quite the
Smart
haymaker for
strat,
Team
yeah.
Ort.
most of the team is working on the purple now, so I think they're running downhill at this point.
Yeah, you can see the analytical prowess of the human algorithm lock it.
From the little bit that I see from Moblin Club that they're showing us, it looks like there's a lot of the purple isn't there yet. There's a big chunk in that upper center.
I think they're falling apart.
Of the puzzle that's just table. That's all I see.
Yeah, and I see hands collaborative here. So you have incredible talent with Andrew, Katie, Allison, Andy, and newcomer Ashley on this team. Ashley, the only newcomer that's joining the puzzle for this year for the Moblin Club. I don't know how much that factors in. She seems like a wild card, but has been doing very well, keeping up with her team of grizzled vets. Whereas the Team Majushyn has two newcomers, but Ashton, a very incredible competitor for all Zelda games, doing an incredible job. Team Ort, a lot of new folks.
Yeah.
Is the new blood helping or not?
Right now, it looks like they are with having Goo as their advocate and just kind of hands off, but probably did some pregame coaching with them.
Oh yeah.
Instructed them how not to necessarily become overwhelmed or feel stressed, and it's paying off. They're almost done.
I think
sure.
being newcomers
As far
is a
as
big
Team
part of it.
Majushyn with the new players, you do have two vets there as well, though, to balance them
Oh
out.
boy, we're getting down to the wire
Getting
here
down
with
to
the
the
Moblin Club
nitty-gritty.
and Team Ort. We don't see a lot of pieces left.
Ort
Every
is
player
in
has
fact
a hand
in the end
this.
game.
Oh my
Ort is in the
gosh.
end game here.
Do you think we'll make it to the 90-minute mark?
Not a chance.
I don't know if we're gonna
No,
make
this
it there.
is gonna
Slick.
wrap up in like 5 to 10.
We're minutes away from completion here.
It's a little close here between all three teams. I think Team Majushyn is the only one that seems to be a little bit more out of it. Less pieces assembled. Moblin Club sitting real pretty here. But Team Ort slapping those pieces down. Savannah, an expert of the purple pieces.
I can't
A little
see,
red, little gold, doing pretty good.
I can't see any pieces really left on the table there for Moblin Club.
That's
They-
right.
They're all
But they may
behind-
be
they're behind
hiding
them.
them.
You,
They may
you
be
can't
hiding
see
them.
it behind the impeccable biceps
wait a
of
minute.
Heel Spiteri, blocking some
All
of
right,
those
there we
pieces.
are. We
We
got
got
a
a little
shot.
flash of those pieces
Yep.
for a sec.
Seems like just some gold pieces left. Some trim pieces.
I think, Jason, at this point, it's fair to say the box is out the window.
Mm-hmm.
The
No
only
need.
team that seems to be utilizing that is Team Majushyn, analyzing that box and still throwing those pieces in down based on that. The Moblin Club, a little bit more search, drop, search, drop, right slick.
Rachel from Team Ort is looking at the box there, Kevin. I think we have some dissension of Group Team Ort. Gooey, what's going on here?
Look, some of our players, they work a little bit differently. Rachel is scanning that box.
Oh.
Rachel is doing a deep scan.
Okay.
Almost like a computer, almost like a scanner.
I was doing like a little download
Look
of
at
that.
found
I'm sure
exact
Locke has had it
location.
downloaded since the
Rachel
beginning.
dropped that piece in.
Exactly.
Quick glance at the box. Show him it's in
She's
place.
got that same skill that I will admit Mossy's has, where he can just look at the box and zone in on the pieces from.
I'm thinking at this point
we finished 10th place in the Minish Cap.
It looks like
It's
we're
true.
a little bit down to the wire here, folks.
We are,
Team Ort seems to have less than 20 pieces left.
Moblin
the
Club
Moblin
may be in
Club
the same
also
position.
looking pretty good, about 20
Yep.
or so.
They are
Team
looking
Majushyn
good.
looks like they have like 30 or 40
They've fallen
left.
around that midsection.
So if
there.
you figure 5 members
Come on,
for
let's get
each
Orts
team
in the chat.
dropping a piece per minute, 4 minutes left of this, it
all
seems
about-
like they're focused and energized. It's going to be a lot less to sift through and a very tight finish at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if we finishes them under the $130 mark.
Yeah, I mean we're less than 10 minutes out. I don't see it going another 10 minutes at all.
Oh my God, Moblin Club is on their heels.
We hear Commissioner Moss yelling.
Andy. Oh man, I think Moblin Club is
Moblin
pulling
Club.
ahead.
Moblin Club
away with
may
this.
have it.
We can't see how many pieces are left because they're all over. They're kind of scattered.
They've got a
behind.
very small
Look
area.
at that. Look at the puzzle that
Oh
we're seeing
no.
now. They may have it
I
here.
think the Moblin Club may have it clinched. We are looking very close
Yeah.
to the end
Do you know how
here.
to do it?
This is absolutely amazing.
Gooey, are you going to make the last minute run in here to save the team?
I don't think that's gonna help. Honestly, I think that's gonna fluster them even more.
All right, folks. As
And
the impartial judge, I'm going to hit up this timer.
Kevin's gotta
here.
hit the timer.
Yep.
Sure that
Go
we're,
right ahead.
locking this down.
Oh my gosh.
Get ready.
At least give them a nice little rah-rah speech before the time ends. Maybe
Look
serenade
at
them.
Moblin
Little
Club's got literally like 3-4 pieces left here at this point.
Tell them, Steve Dave.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Oh my God. Gooey has now entered the battlefield. He is ready to... I don't see him at all, but...
He's there. I guarantee you, folks, he's
I
there.
just saw him walk by Team Moblin Club, but...
Did he steal a piece from Team Moblin Club? We saw some of that action going on last
He
year.
could have. He probably stole a piece to hide it from them. A little swerve, if
Yep.
you will.
It's closer than it looks.
Is it?
Closer than it looks.
You-
But Moblin Club is very close.
You didn't happen to like snatch a piece from Moblin Club's table,
I
did
wouldn't
you?
dare. That's not how I play this. I did. I told them they got this. I believe in them.
Detective Pikachu says differently.
That's not Detective Pikachu. He doesn't have a hat.
Moblin Club is closer, but I saw Locke look at a piece, just pick a piece and go, this goes right here. So I think
He
think he
is
knows.
beast-like.
oh my
His
gosh.
close. His race is neck and
It's
neck.
looking like the Moblin Club right now.
Are you nervous right now, Gooey?
Yeah.
Throwing some finishers in.
They're pulling out the finishers, but I
But
don't know.
look at Righteous Thunder.
Right?
They're right there with them.
They're creeping close. You can't really see what's going on with the Moblin Club as much. But they are very. Oh my gosh.
At this point, can we write off Team Majushyn as
Majushyn, that's not happening.
that's
I'll
not
say
happening
that.
today?
They ran that sprint and they got tired out.
Moss referencing the box again at
Oh,
this
no.
point. Yeah.
Kevin, maybe you should tell Team Majushyn that
I think
it's all or
Moblin Club
nothing
has
at this
got it.
point.
It's double or nothing.
Double or nothing.
I think Team Moblin Club's got it locked
There it is.
We have a winner. It is Team Moblin Club at 1 minute and 23 seconds.
Wow.
23 minutes. 1 hour.
1 minute.
1 hour.
Fastest
1
bus
hour,
ever.
23 minutes, and 23 minutes and 6 seconds.
Wow.
Gooey, your team has
Kevin,
failed
are
by
you-
mere minutes. What have you got to say?
Can we get
Yeah.
visual confirmation that it is complete?
It's complete. It's complete.
Make sure nobody's got a piece in their pocket or jam something in where it didn't belong.
Gooey, is anyone making it home tonight?
You know, we suffered a pretty tough loss, but look at this. We're finishing up. We're very close. I'm proud of my team.
Donation. Sorry.
The important thing is that they beat Mossies.
They did. That's
Yes.
true. Moss is going to finish dead
Another-
last again.
Another horrible defeat for Moss this year.
We also must consider how long Locke was not in the game. If he was there from the beginning, I think we could have pulled it
That
out.
is true. Because Locke is always calculating algorithms, and fitting pieces into holes.
He's got the numbers going through his veins.
Zeros and ones, baby.
I mean,
Through the
if we
blood.
look at Righteous Thunder, they're what, a minute behind.
Yeah.
Literally a minute behind.
And that's a lot in a puzzle race.
Yeah.
Or not a lot, I would say.
That's not a lot. That's not a lot.
It looks like Team Ort is in the finish line. Looks like they're just cashing in.
Well.
We have our victor here, and I'm not talking about my lovely self. We are talking about Heel Spiteri here. Andy, how does it feel to be number one?
Was there ever any doubt, Slick Vic, that the Moblin
second
Club
place.
would come out on
We
top?
got our second place.
Now you've heard from me. It's time to hear from the Moblin Club's VIP, Allison. Come over here, Allison.
Allison, come on over.
Come on.
What the hell?
You're not. No, you're not here
I
yet.
carried the whole damn team
You're
and
not
they let
here
me
yet.
down.
You're not here yet.
Allison, come
These
join
are
us.
so dirty. I can't even see you. I can't
You
even
are
see you.
part of the Moblin Club, so you must wear the official shades of the Moblin Club.
I guess that's what these are.
Tell us, what was the strategy heading in to finish at 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 6 seconds?
Well, our team started out strong by getting all those corner pieces, and a couple of us took over Link, and then we kind of pushed it all together. We all saw pattern pieces. We took, control of those pattern pieces, and then at the end it was like a freaking just try and fit something somewhere until it's done.
Okay. Now I've got to ask you about your team leader there, Andy Heel Spiteri. He kept tagging himself in and out all the time.
Yeah.
Is he a righteous leader?
I feel like he was trying to make it more fair because obviously one team didn't have a fifth player, so he kept stepping out because he knew that we were going to get some major ish for having a fifth player.
Well, congratulations. How does it feel?
Feels pretty good.
Play 30 minutes worth of NWO
first
music.
time winning a puzzle, and I couldn't be more proud of this team.
We have the coronation here. Congratulations. Let's have Katie come aboard.
You gotta wear the glasses.
Katie coronation.
I gotta wear glasses.
You gotta wear the glasses. It's Moblin. At least it's.
They smell.
I don't get flight interviews.
Whoa, these things are dirty. Holy crap.
The perspiration.
Congratulations on winning, Katie. Tell us, how do you feel?
Good and tired. Now I get to nap.
Well, we can't tell that you're tired because you have the lovely Moblin Club shades on.
Boblin.
Can't see very well through the
They all
mirror.
bobble
The Robert Lynn Club.
Were you attacking the center or the border?
Started with the border.
Yeah?
Now we're here.
Worked my way in.
You worked your way in. 'Cause when I saw the Triforce, I looked at Gooey and I said, you guys are in trouble.
It's Triforce that does it, yeah.
When I saw the Triforce being built, I don't know if that was you or some of your other teammates, but that's when I noticed we might have a contender here.
That was a little farther in. I think that was Allison and Andy were Triforce. You were doing the whole Triforce? I thought we had it.
Yeah, Ashley did the try.
Oh, you tagged in earlier than I thought you did.
What's your secret now? Were you hydrated? Were you channeling the power of the children? What's the secret here?
I knew I would get to sleep when it was over.
So it's a good thing to look
Solid
forward
answer.
to.
So looking
Solid
forward to
answer.
catching some Z's.
Yes, Z's.
Was the way to go.
Yes.
All right, last question. How was our team lead, Andy? Was he a wonderful addition, coach?
I'm kind of confused because
Andrew, the team leader?
at the start, Andrew was the team leader, and I don't know where Andy kind of took over. He just kind of came in and
Knocked a few letters
knocked some lights out and said,
He's got too big a
"I got this," and
I'm gonna have to question Andrew about this later.
yeah.
Okay,
whole
let's
Triforce
tag
of
Andrew in.
Here you go. Have glasses.
Do I have to
You don't need the glasses. They're a
You
little
can't
sweaty
see through
now.
them.
Come here and wear the belt.
Aww.
You are the
Sorry,
IC champion of Zelda Dungeons Puzzle of 2019.
glasses suit you.
Andrew, if I was
Yes.
I was watching you from the beginning, and I
hope so.
and I think you are the VIP of the team, the MVP of the team. Okay,
The VIP.
The VIM.
It's the VIC of the team.
how'd it go? Was it Triforce? Was it the Link statue?
spell Victor
Was it
without
the what is that? A bird?
That's the Hummer King.
Have you
Come
played the
on.
Wind Waker?
It's been a long time.
I don't think Vic could spell Wind Waker.
WW.
Double dub.
Tell me about your strat here. Tell me about your strat, Andrew.
Our strategy was to win, and it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Win at all costs.
Yeah.
How'd it go? How does it feel to be number one?
How does it feel to keep your title?
It's like a Kawhi Leonard.
I mean, look at you. You're sitting here in first place
With an amazing time.
Tim Majushyn is
Still
scrambling to come up with pieces into their holes, and you're here holding the belt, sunglasses on your face, smile all across from ear to ear.
Dude, yeah, you guys were
Are
right.
you the
I don't know what was the question.
Are you the leader?
I kept looking over and I was like,
We all led the
Question.
We all led
We
the
weren't
team.
looking over at you.
Fair statement, sir. I'm very proud to have called the action. Congratulations. Let's tag in Andy. Back in.
Let me tell you something. All this guy does is win. All he does is win. Over and over. Repeatedly.
Did I get all your teammates in?
Skip, were you up here?
You're good.
You're up here. Come over here, Skip. Get over here.
Why are you
Get on
holding
the
a
couch.
belt and not tagging yourself in?
This is a Canadian
Let's do a
lightweight
let's do a tag team
championship
since
of the world.
we've got two tag teams. We got two belts here.
All right, Skippy 2 belts here. Let's
Skip,
go.
were you following Andy's advice from beginning to end?
No.
She's confused. It was a long puzzle.
Was there any Folgers involved in this race?
We are not at liberty to say.
It was all mock.
Mock,
Strong mock energy.
were you attacking?
I will tell you this, Slick Vic. The Moblin Club took any and every advantage at our disposal in order to secure our victory tonight.
Okay. Skip, are you Moblin Club for life?
No comment.
Wow.
I think I feel some dissension here, Heel.
Let me tell you, there's no Moblin Club Wolfpack. That does not exist.
Okay, so Skip
Not yet.
Skip can be trusted. Skip is 100% dedicated to the Moblin Club.
Once you're in, you are in for life.
Okay.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
What if we want out?
Looks like we might have a turn coming.
You know who my sources told me was the newest member of the Moblin Club?
Suspicious I've ever
A little
seen.
member called Lil Sidon.
Oh, wow.
Pledged for life.
Yuri, how do you
I'm
feel?
gonna say Elias.
How do those belts feel
I raised
around
the
your
rock.
waist, your
Andy,
shoulders?
they're saying
Skippy
you're losing
two
control.
belts?
They're, you know what? They're heavy. They're heavy with success.
Okay. Was the music a factor in the race? Because you guys were sitting closer to the Google Home.
You know what? I picked that playlist.
That's very true. The playlist drove us.
Playlist drove us.
Wow.
It was a huge factor.
I heard some
Game
NSYNC.
changer.
I heard some NSYNC in there. Was
That's
that was,
right, you did.
Did that pick up the adrenaline?
What do you think? I'd like to
But
say it
you
did.
see, we were peaking around Brittany. We dipped around 98 degrees, and then when InSync came back on, it's like we got our second wind, Slick Vic, and we were able to see about 6 steps into the future and algorithmize that puzzle in a 3D vision.
Alchemize? Is that Canadian for what?
If the Backstreet Boys would have came on, this would have been over in half an hour. But luckily for our competition, that key to success for the Moblin Club was not played tonight.
Skip, when Locke tagged himself in on Team Ort, that startled you?
You know what? I wasn't even paying attention to the other teams. I was so locked in.
You were so busy listening to the playlist, to the
laser
NSYNC.
laser focus.
Okay, Stan Bush really needed to come on that playlist because I would have gone crazy. I wouldn't have been able to contain myself, wouldn't I, Jason?
Not at all.
The other team is
Not
still
at all.
going.
Majushyn is over 1 hour 33
Well, Andy,
minutes.
it has been a pleasure. You are at a wonderful time. Team Majushyn is still tinkering away. How does it feel to look at them and laugh at their misery? And
I think both teams can come
You
together
know,
on
when
that.
you have a team with Mossies and Josh, is there ever any doubt that they're going to finish dead last?
You know
Wow.
what? Though?
I was laughing before this started.
You know, but we can look at them right now. We know what it's like to be in the trenches.
No, we
And
don't.
Skip,
you
are
know
you
what?
sympathizing with
I
Team
am a
Majushyn?
little. I am a little bit. You know.
wanna go
I
help
want to
them
say
finish?
I'm sympathizing with half of Team Magician.
Team Magician?
Isn't Josh and Moss.
Let me tell you, the only magic trick Team Magician is casting is the Song of Double Time, because that's how long it's taken them to do this puzzle.
Congratulations to Team Moblin Club for a victory.
Woo! Oh my god. Hit the road, Jack.
Wear those belts proudly. Come back next year and defend them. And don't forget, Moblin Club.
Giving my name to a machine. That's so great.
Read off the donation until we
We finally.
Get it,
Katie!
Judy!
Katie!
Get it, Judy!
They have.
Yes! All the way from Northern Ireland.
All right, let's have Team Ort come one by one. Let's start with Dewey and Kayla. Come on down.
We have to
Oh, you don't have to move at all. All right. You're literally right there.
No, it's okay. We're getting
All
the
right.
hot seat.
So, Kayla,
Yeah.
Gooey did not tag himself in once
Nope.
throughout the entire race.
Nope.
To be fair,
One time.
I kind of pranked them because I did say that I wouldn't stay for the whole thing, and then I did. So.
Yeah.
But how does it feel to know that he just decided to hang out with us in the commentary team to spew his venom on Team Majushyn and Team Moblin Club?
Well, at first I was ticked, but later on, Locke joined us. We got an extra member at the table, so it evened out.
Did Locke make a difference? With those
Yeah.
extra hands and those
Locke's
algorithms
crucial.
and that deadpan look?
He's got algorithms straight up in his eyes.
If Locke was there in the beginning, there's no doubt it would have been an hour time.
Dude, how does it feel with those close times?
It just makes me wish that Locke was there a minute earlier.
Unbelievable.
Honestly.
Touche.
I want to repeat this. It's okay that we lost by a minute. It was a close race. As long as we got to watch Team Majushyn struggle for an extra 10 minutes.
That's really what's important here. Yeah.
Is that
as
we
long
both
as Team
beat
Majushyn did not win.
No offense to the respectable members of that team.
How about the ladies?
Gooey, did you have a good time?
No offense to the ladies.
No offense to the ladies on the team.
Yeah, I mean they didn't have a
Did you have a
choice.
fortune?
Did you have a good time? Just
I had a good time hanging out with you and watching and just thinking about what was going on. You know, I could really tell that the team. You know, the team put on a good show, and I could really tell they were gelling together.
Yeah.
And I think they had a good strategy from the start.
He doesn't glue them.
was there
first,
any
he
mind
just sticks
games
them
going
right
on
in.
here? Like, were you throwing any kind of Jedi mind tricks towards Team Ort while sitting on the couch and just sipping away at Folgers?
Me and Gooey have a good like
We had a good
mind connection. Yeah.
And then I could kind of, like, remember Moss came in and he said, you know, he was so confident, you know.
Extremely.
And I
Extremely.
had the foresight. I could tell what was going on. I think being here allowed that to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Gooey kind of kept us in on updates with the other teams, how things were going, and let us know that we were winning the whole time.
Until in Moblin Club, I got to give it to them. They pulled it out at the end.
One thing we noticed very early, Jason, if I'm not mistaken, was Team Ort had that F,
Yeah. Giant F.
a giant F. Was that a message to the other teams?
Yeah. I mean, it was half of a message.
Yeah, it was the press F to pay respects for sure.
Okay. Well, congratulations on finishing second with a score of 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 51 seconds. Only a minute and 40 minutes behind the Moblin Club.
But I didn't do anything, so let's
have Savannah and Locke join us for a little post-game questionnaire. Savannah!
What up?
How's it going?
Should I leave? Great.
One thing,
No, you're not allowed to leave. Okay, I have to stay here. I'm staying.
One thing I noticed, Savannah, is you kept to yourself throughout the entire puzzle. You weren't helping Team Ort throughout. You were sitting there with the purple pieces. Am I right?
But those purple pieces,
focusing.
those purple pieces really came together.
Yeah, in the end.
They
Are you kidding me? I took on the most complicated part of the whole friggin' puzzle. I volunteered for tribute,
So you're
and
saying
then I
you're-
regretted it.
So you're saying you're the MVP.
We saw you
were the
regret
one.
it. There was this one.
You took it upon yourself to say, "All right, guys, I've got the hard part. Leave me alone."
I didn't really realize I was doing the hard part, otherwise I probably wouldn't have. We'll
She
work
was
on
like,
this
the
together.
bird's the prettiest. I'm gonna start there.
I was like, oh, it has the prettiest colors.
Got in a little over her head. You know, there's a lot of purple in this puzzle. So.
Yeah.
Any hesitation on joining Team Ort? Because I saw you tag in late in the game.
No, I have full confidence in them. I really appreciated my team.
Is Gooey a master leader?
Oh yeah.
Did he threaten you with violence?
No.
A little too much hesitation there.
There was a few moments of hesitation.
Threaten us.
I'm glad they're all willing to lie on my behalf.
because Gooey says you bleed zeros and ones. You've got eyes of algorithms, and you were just hammering away at pieces that didn't fit, and you were a well addition to Team Ort. What have you got to say?
Well, I appreciate his confidence in me. But no, really, we came in with divide and conquer strategy of every player had their part to play, and they did it really well. And it came together in the end. Of course, Savannah was playing for the end game.
I was gonna say
it was very helpful.
When you say you divided up the team, I saw that you, Kayla, and I believe Sean keeping to yourselves, and just Kate and Savannah just like, hey, I'm gonna play with these purple pieces here.
No. I was help organizing.
I think the purple pieces, though, is what definitely pulled them ahead of Majushyn, though.
Okay.
Having those pieces already put together
You're
and
just
ready
getting
to go.
the hardest part out of the way first,
Yeah.
so that it's less stress.
What I noticed actually immediately was you guys had the Triforce completed first before any other team. And Gooey, wouldn't you say that boosted your confidence, like skyrocketed it?
Yes, we had the Triforce of teamwork, and I think that really helped out. But the Triforce of confidence that the Moblin Club had really won out. So,
but teamwork is wonderful, guys.
Yeah.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
I'm very excited for you guys. I'm proud to have called the match at 1:24:51.
So close.
Sean, come on over.
Extremely close.
Sean, you're a new addition here at Zelda Dungeon. How does this puzzle? How was your first experience playing the puzzle?
It was exhilarating.
Was it? All right, great. Who would you say was your? Who do you say was? Would you consider yourself the MVP, or was one of your other teammates more of a valuable player?
So I feel like one of the huge things was when we did the border, and Rachel put in a lot of work on the border, so that was really important too.
Rachel? Where the hell's Rachel?
Rachel in here too?
Rachel, come on in. Savannah, tag out, please.
I just stay the whole time.
So we got the border, and then we got that stained glass window on the outside. That really, that was a really tough part because.
Rachel, I saw you eyeballing.
For the record, I did the stained glass border.
Yep.
So.
Rachel, I saw you eyeballing the board the whole time.
Yeah.
Were you trying to fit pieces in that didn't belong in, or were you just trying to map out the puzzle in your head? What's your strategy for this race?
Figure out, or once we finish the edges, yeah, I started going to the board because I look at certain pieces and try to find on the picture where it would fit best.
Okay. I saw you and Andrew and Kayla teaming up a lot. What was the strategy there? Was it to fit the bird in, to fit Link in? Because I think I saw the Triforce being handled separately by Savannah.
I think we started working together on the top half.
Yeah. You know, it's crucial to have a real cohesive team. You know, we're all gelling together.
I know, because I saw the F.
Yeah.
Immediately.
The giant F was the first thing that stood out to us.
Was a sign. You know, like as if maybe a message to the other teams?
Yeah. Like I said, it was half of a message to the other teams.
Okay. Congratulations.
I do
guys.
want to point out really quick, it's been almost 10 minutes while Moss has been trying to put this thing in a frame.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Mass is really struggling to frame this thing.
He's having the worst night. We need to get him in here.
Let's get this song in
fast.
I think Yakety Sax is the song for this.
Let's see if we can get Team Majushyn here for a chat.
Yep. Gather him up.
Ashton, come on over. Come on down. feel free to ask any questions. I'm
Rachel's
losing
legs
here.
were probably on
you're doing
camera
fine.
the whole time.
Thanks for lying and saying that I.
Okay. So we had the privilege of watching you crush the competition until Locke came in for the cow race, or the cuckoo race. Right? Was that the cuckoo race?
Well,
The Olympics?
The Olympics. You'd think you had to avoid the animals. What was that thing called?
Cuckoo Ranch.
The Cuckoo Ranch, yes. Yeah. The reason I bring that up is because you had some major intensity going into that. And when I watched Team Majushyn, which I believe the N in Majushyn stands for Ashton, at least the
Yes.
last letter in there. Am I correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so
Yeah, it's Mossy's, Judy, Josh.
Massey's, Joshies?
because for most of the race, I saw you on your feet. You were really bringing the intensity. Would you? I think you were the aggressor on Team Majushyn. Would you agree?
Maybe. I was certainly I was trying to gather up a lot of the pieces. That was kind of my strategy, and just put everything into groups and stuff. Mossy's was kind of organizing the border, and then Judy was organizing things, and my strategy was just to sort and give everybody their pieces.
So with playing a game right before doing the puzzle, did that affect your stamina or anything like that going into this? Tired out, adrenaline crash, anything?
Maybe I was a little disappointed about the loss earlier,
Yeah.
so that might have affected some of it.
Any thoughts on the crooked commissioner, aka your boss, who finished 10th place?
Who really doesn't want to be seen on camera, just hanging his head low as he walks back and forth.
Truly embarrassed.
As he should be.
Yeah.
No, I think he was very helpful in the puzzle.
Did he rule with an iron fist, or was he very smiley and full of pixie dust? And
it was fine.
All right, so if you had to pick a team to be on next year, would you team up with the same people?
Well, everyone's telling me that Locke is really good at this, so I feel like I gotta be on Locke's team next time.
And you ditch Moss, right?
Sure.
He held everyone back.
Easiest decision.
Yeah.
More or less what you need to do here.
When
No
Moss
brainer,
left you to
really.
come here, Moss got very cocky at one point because you guys pulled ahead early into the match. He came here to talk trash.
Yeah, he stopped
run his
in
mouth.
and bragged
He was
about
like,
how far ahead he was.
We got this now. And unfortunately, you guys finished in last place.
Yeah, it was.
Let me
it
go
was
try
the
to
purple.
corral him.
The
We need
purple
him
really
in here.
messed us up toward the end.
The what really
The
messed you up?
purple.
The purple.
All the purple stuff in the Homer
Oh,
King.
okay.
We got the border pretty easily. We managed to get Link, and then it was just everything else in that area.
When you guys amassed the Triforce, I knew you guys were onto something because Kayla's Team Ort, had the Triforce first, and I was like, oh, we've got something here. But unfortunately, even they didn't pull ahead because Team Moblin Club finished in first place.
We did pull ahead of Majushyn.
You did. Kayla, you are in second place, and Majushyn is in dead last. That's another dead last finish for Moss.
Yeah.
That's my first dead last finish.
Okay.
So
All right.
I guess I had to get it eventually.
Do you think...
Oh, I guess, wait, Breath of the Wild. Never mind. That went horribly, too.
Last question. Do you think Mossy's should retire?
I mean, if he wants to. I think that's up to him.
Any thoughts on your teammates? Let's see. You had Mossy's, you had Josh, you had... Gosh, who else was on your team?
Judy.
Judy. I was Judy.
The Jew and Majushyn.
The Jew and Majushyn.
Yeah.
Are the last from Northern Ireland, yes.
Yeah, I think my teammates were doing really well. I think Josh was doing... I know Judy was doing a great job. She fixed up all the Triforce and Link's face, so she got a lot of, the key positions. I think toward the end, she kind of started losing it a little bit there. I think she just got really confused, yeah. She did really well when it was, really obvious pieces, putting all those together and figuring out where they all went. Mm-hmm. And then it was, toward the end, I know she even told me she was struggling a little bit.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Ashton. Congratulations on finishing third place, I guess. But maybe you'll be...
Congratulations on being the strongest player on your team. And speaking of bringing in the worst player on the team, come on in. Here he is.
Boo this man.
Here he is. Last place in Minish Cap. Last place in the puzzle.
we have
Moss, what do you got to say
the
for
crooked
yourself?
commissioner himself, Mossies.
Just want to say that I am very disappointed with our performance.
What happened?
I put my heart and soul into that puzzle.
Halfway through the race,
You walked
left
in
out-
here.
You walked in here with confidence in your eyes and just
And venom on your tongue.
yes.
Just spitting pure venom at everyone else.
What happened?
I thought we were winning during that first brief 30-second intermission when I came over, but I saw it was close. And then I came over the second time, I'm like, oh boy. And 5 minutes into this race, my back was giving out.
Oh, here we go with the back stuff.
But no, it's no excuse. Powered through. I don't know about...
Was your meniscus hurting?
I tore my meniscus. I hurt
My hand's better, by the way. Thank you for asking.
I was disappointed. I really was. I thought we were going to win. I really did.
Do you think the music played a factor in your team?
No. With Josh on the team, you need to get him singing, otherwise he can't.
Moss's back started giving out. He lost his smile. It's true.
He lost his smile.
He had to go home because he lost his smile.
You know what? I don't say this very often, but kudos to both other teams for their performances. Because if you would have told me that we finished in, I think, 91 minutes or something, and both teams would have beaten us by more than 5, or more than 10.
And then it took you 10 minutes just to get that puzzle into the frame, which still isn't in the frame.
Yeah. We got to get some better framing on that.
Yeah.
It was a very neck and neck race. I will give you that.
This was the first time we've had a competitive puzzle in 4 years. But
That close?
Oh God, yeah. It's every single puzzle's always been a like. At one point, who did you guys think were winning throughout?
It varied.
very
It
neck and
varied
neck.
throughout. There was no one team pulling ahead until the last few minutes.
Okay, the last few minutes it became clear.
It became clear.
It was strange how I think it was Team 2 went for a totally different strategy, didn't they?
Who's Team 2?
The middle team, the winning team.
The Moblin Club?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they weren't doing the border, right?
They didn't do the border. They built inward out, and then the border just kind of came out of nowhere, like an RKO, and just formed around it.
That's such a unique strategy in puzzle building.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that you don't see that very often.
That was our team that did that.
Yeah.
You guys did as yeah. You guys did the main one that started with the border was Moss's team.
Yeah, we went pure border.
Yeah, and then your team had just the one corner done, the giant F, and then the rest of it sat there for a while. We could see from where we were at, you had them, but you just didn't put it together yet.
That's
Yeah, I think once you had the border and some of the stained glass frame, you got a little overconfident. You got a little cocky.
Let me ask you this, Jason. In your 25 years of covering puzzle races, have you ever seen somebody victorious, starting from the inside, working out?
It was a unique scenario. It really was. It's not a strategy that you see very often.
Team Wart had started with the Triforce.
Yeah, that was their big first piece.
They needed
was
the
courage.
Triforce.
They did.
They did.
Gooey called it the Triforce of teamwork.
Teamwork.
So we had the strategy of Ashton and I were doing the border.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were also segmenting the inner border too, because it had the multiple layers.
Mm-hmm.
We were segmenting those. We were segmenting the blue and segmenting the purple, trying to, break up the colors. Judy was working on Link and the shield from the get go, and we had a game plan. I felt we executed. I thought we did a good job, but it wasn't good enough.
It was in the last 10 minutes that we knew that you were behind.
And
Moblin Club kind of formed up around their puzzle. We couldn't really see exactly what they had, what cards they were holding per se. They stepped away for a second, and we saw almost a complete picture at that point. And that's when we knew. And then Ort just stepped up. We're right on their heels. And at that point, your team seemed to run out of a little bit of steam.
And how much of that was it? The fact I'd like to point out, first of all, this was a handicap match. We had four members of our team, of our faction.
Four?
Fortune.
Oh.
But you know what? No excuses. We lost.
How many losses is that for you this year?
I've had a good year. I had 2 wins this year. Well, I played Kevin in 2 games, so.
I mean, you've had 2 losses. You're 50%.
Tell us how you did in Minish Cap again.
I finished dead last in Minish Cap.
And dead last in the puzzle.
Dead last in the puzzle. I had a good year, though.
So, you, as the team lead of Team Majushyn, you were with.
I feel you've pronounced this differently, but
you were with veterans.
It's changed.
You were with some veterans and Josh, and some new faces with Ashton and Judy. Who would you say was the MVP? And don't say yourself.
I'll take myself out of this. You know, Josh is a strange feller here, because he won in 2015, or sorry, 2016, and he won in 2017. But I always felt he was carried. 2018, he didn't have Locke, he didn't have Andrew, and his team crumbled. I'd like to believe that he's the Marty Jannetty of the team.
Wow. We're hearing this live that Moss is calling out Josh as the Marty Jannetty of the puzzle team.
I can't wait to question Josh about that.
Those of you who don't know who Marty Jannetty is, exactly.
Josh is not going to know who Marty Jannetty is he?
Oh, he knows Marty Jannetty now. Yeah.
All right, Moss.
So his whole life he's been carried, and I felt even today he was carried. I think Judy was nervous. You could tell. At one point, she pulled herself out. It's just getting too crowded. I'm gonna get out of here. Let you guys do it.
Really?
So, I think the inexperience, first year, first time.
But as a coach player, shouldn't you have stepped up and wrangled in your team and wrangled and brought them back together?
I was the ringleader. I could tell what
the ringleader of last.
We would if it wasn't me in there, if Locke and I switched places, they'd still be working on that puzzle right now.
Strong
That's
words
just a fact.
in third place. What are you going to do to stop Moblin Club at this point?
Let's say. I'm not giving anybody any credit other than Andrew.
I'm just saying.
Andrew is the gold standard of puzzle building. Everybody else is just details.
They finished first. We saw some strong unity from them, solid communication, amazing teamwork.
All I know is whoever Team Andrew is on next year, no more handicap matches. No more.
Even playing field? All the way.
Even playing field. Maybe we give some extra people to the weaklings.
I must say the strategy of having the table separate, strong strategy. You were able to see what everybody was doing more. It did detract from the direct,
the banter,
face-to-face banter and competitiveness.
It was in the back of my mind how the other teams were doing, but towards that last 40 minutes, I couldn't leave my post. Yeah.
Any final thoughts on this race?
Happy with my performance, but I didn't like the result.
Any chance you can bring Josh and Judy in? They're the last 2 people we haven't interviewed.
I'll go get J&J Security.
J&J Security. Bring them on in. Only one person pays Moss's respect.
Moss is still selling the back.
Now, you know what?
Selling it hard.
Sounds like they're done. I think we're going to wrap things up around here.
All right.
That about settles it up for
the puzzle
2019 puzzle.
Yep.
As for Jason.
Lockeman.
Oh, yeah.
For Jason and Kevin and Gooey, I am Slick Vic, and take it away, Locke.
He's like.